Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Father's Day. It is Pack the Park Day here at Labatt Park as the London Majors look for their fourth straight win and welcome into town the Barrie Baycats for the first time this season. Noah Smith and Dylan Baker on the call. And Dylan, we have a good game on tap today and a big crowd as well filling into Labatt Park.
Yes, it's Pack the Park Day. It's Father's Day here at Labatt Park, and it is packed here. Fans are everywhere. They're filing in, and we are ready to go for what will be a good game, like you mentioned, Noah, because the Majors are coming in on a 3-game winning streak, having won 4 of their last 5 games. They're coming in really hot, and Barrie always doing well. They're 10-2 this season. They're ready to go as well.
Now, we've already seen a couple of meetings so far this season between the Majors and the Baycats. Both those going the way of Barrie, but the first time we get to see them on London's home turf here, and nonetheless, it's Pack the Park Day, Father's Day, so London looking to put on a good showing here on home turf, Dylan.
Yeah, you got home field advantage if you're the Majors right now, and it's Pack the Park Day. The fans, there are a lot of them. They'll be here. They'll be cheering for you, and you know what? The Majors will look to have a better result than the last 2 times. They're blowouts of sorts, the 2 times they were in Barrie, and they'll look to turn things around here today.
Certainly looking to get a good start on the mound for pitching. We'll go through the London Majors lineup in just a little bit. Starting pitcher on the mound for London, Owen Boone, though. He's looking to go out there, and from what I heard from the coaching staff, they want to trying to get 7 or 8 innings out of him today, Dylan.
Yeah, and you know what? He's just coming back from a long break where he didn't pitch. He threw opening night, and then he didn't throw again until Sunday, where he pitched really well in Toronto. So they will look to get a longer outing out of him today after he had his return to the mound against Toronto last weekend. And it's not a crazy thing to imagine for Owen Boone, who has the tendency to go deep into ball games.
And of course, the Major starting pitching has been good of late. We saw Miguel Burgos go, I believe it was 7 innings, only giving up 3 hits, no earned runs on Friday night. A terrific start for him against the Red Sox. And then back on Wednesday night as well, Julio Aguirre, same thing. Fantastic start for him. So looking to keep the starting pitching going here on this Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and the starting pitching has been one of the biggest bright spots for the Majors this season. Julio Aguirre has been dominant in pretty much all of his starts, and Miguel Burgos pitched 7 beautiful, masterful innings against Brantford on the weekend, on Friday night. And you know what? They'll look to continue that good pitching trend here today.
And we don't get the luxury of having the closer in the bullpen today, John Fitzsimmons, but we're looking to kind of, like you said, get 8 innings out of Owen Boone on the mound and hopefully carry us later into the ball game if we can. The starting lineup for the Majors, a few changes though, Dylan. We're actually going to go take a look at that now.
Yeah, a few changes in that starting lineup for the Majors. Leading off at second base, Carlos Artiega, just like we saw on Friday night. Izzy Pena's in right field today, batting second. Byron's batting third in center field. Cleveland Brownlee DHing. In the cleanup spot, Brian Lizardo is playing first base and batting fifth. He went 0 for 3 in his Majors debut on Friday night. He'll look to turn things around here today, hopefully get his first Majors hit. Jonathan Thibodeau catching, batting 6th. Mike Ambrose batting 7th in left field. Steve Froese at third base, batting 8th. And Phil Therapis batting 9th at shortstop. Owen Boone on the mound, as mentioned.
So the Majors, that is the lineup they will send out as they look for, as we mentioned, Dylan, their 4th straight victory. Climbing the standings as well there as we get a look at the Inter-County Baseball League standings. As of today, there's a couple games on tap. We'll get to that in a little bit. Kitchener are now out in front of Barrie, so they're looking to go out there today and get back into the top spot. But London has climbed out of that 7th spot into the 6th spot.
Yeah, and if you're Barrie, you're just trying to win that fight between them and Kitchener. But if you're London, they've climbed up quite a bit. This team started at the bottom of the standings in 8th place and 7th place, and now they're in 6th place at 5-9, very close to passing Welland for that 5th spot. So the Majors have been trending upwards recently, and they'll look to keep that going today against a very tough Barrie Baycats team.
The Majors will certainly look to go out there today and climb the standings if they can. Here is the out-of-town scoreboard. As mentioned, Dylan, a full slate of games in the IBL this afternoon. We're just one of the 4 games in the IBL.
Yeah, all 8 teams in the IBL are in action today on Father's Day. Kitchener takes on Toronto at 2, Brantford and Hamilton do battle at Burnie Arbor at 2 o'clock, Guelph and Welland at 2:05 at Welland Stadium. That start time was moved back an hour. In the MLB, the Blue Jays take on the Astros at 2:10, and Cleveland and Detroit do battle at 1:10 today.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, Dylan, that game in Welland actually, they announced that it was going to be pushed back an hour from the original start time due to field conditions, which is a little bit weird with the expected weather coming through the area. Hopefully they can get that ball game in as well. We're hoping to get all the ball games in the IBL in today. That is the other town scoreboard, and a big day coming up for all the teams so far, looking to get into win column. But we mentioned here for the Majors on Majors TV, they're looking to try and climb back into the standings here, possibly move up another few spots if they can.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? They're closer. They're a lot closer today than they were just a few days ago to getting into that fifth spot, maybe even that fourth spot soon in those standings. And they're trending upwards. They're trending the right way right now. And for the other teams in the IBL, such as Brantford, they'll look for a big win today. They're 1-11. They're really struggling, so they'll look to turn things around today. If you're the Majors, you want to keep going up, and even if you can't win this ball game today, you want to at least keep it close because it hasn't been in their previous two matchups against Barrie.
Yeah, it hasn't been that close entirely all season long against their matchup against Barrie, so they're looking to kind of get back into that. You mentioned Brantford struggling a little bit. They actually won their first game of the season and then have since dropped 11 straight ball games, so they're looking to get back into the win column today. Of course, that game, we'll bring you updates on that one as we can. The Majors here looking to extend their win streak, and the park is getting filled up, Dylan. We're looking out here now. There was a little bit of rain earlier on, and everyone's kind of underneath the grandstand section, but as it has dried off a little bit, people moving out. It's not quite full here at Labatt Park, but at least a couple thousand people in the ballpark as of right now.
Oh, definitely, and it seems that the rain has passed us, and there's much better weather out there right now. The fans are filling up the park, and right now, like you mentioned, it's all behind the backstop there. But right now, fans are moving out down the line, and this ballpark is filling up pretty quickly.
It's going to be a great day for baseball. We're going to have all the action here. They're just finishing up down on the field with their Alumni Day presentation. So as soon as we're done there, we'll take you down for national anthems. Dylan, I just wanted to pose this question to you. The Majors pitching so far. We talked about the starting pitchers have been good lately, and the bullpen with John Fitzsimmons being lights out. Do you think the pitching can handle this Barrie Baycats offense today? It's one of the best offenses in the Intercounty League.
Yeah, honestly, for this game, I think they can. I think that they're going the right way with the pitching staff, and they seem to have found something. Pitching coach Brent Wales getting to know his staff. It's his first year with the Majors this year, so he's learning the staff that he has, and it seems that they might have found something. And with two prior matchups against Barrie, they might be able to use prior data and those past matchups in their favor and hopefully silence this lively Barrie offense.
And Barrie is one of those teams that is notoriously good at Coates Stadium in Barrie, at home, on their home turf. When you bring them out on the road a little bit, you find that some teams do have a little bit more success against them, and especially when you bring Barrie in here on Pack the Park Day. There's going to be probably 4,000 or 5,000 screaming fans, so the Majors know that, and they're going to try and have that behind them this entire game.
Yeah, they will, and none of those fans, or very few of those fans, will be rooting for Barrie, so the Majors will have a few thousand people rooting for them here today, and they'll look to use that to their advantage against a very tough Barrie squad.
So Majors and Baycats will be coming here from Labatt Park. We're going to take her down to field level, just check things out down there as well. But Dylan, we talked about the Majors. It's a 3-game win streak. It's 4 of their last 5. Manager Rube Chandat says they're playing their best baseball of the year right now, and it's showing on the field.
It definitely is. The offense is firing on all cylinders. The pitching is clicking, and they didn't have a great offensive game on Friday night, but they'll look to contribute with the bats today. The pitching, however, has been lights out all year long. They're putting the pitching and the offense together, and it's worked wonders for them lately.
Of course, also we mentioned Father's Day at the ballpark, Dylan, and this was the scene earlier on today. Lots of the dads of the players getting out onto the field. They were able to shag fly balls. There's Evan Britt and his dad as well getting out there. They took BP as well. There is our good friend Eric Collins playing catch with his young son as well out there. It's just been a great day so far, and we're hoping that the game will continue with that as well.
Yeah, for sure. The dads are loving it. The players are loving having their dads out there, watching them take BP, shagging fly balls. It's been great to see so far today, and the Majors will look to put on a show for them.
a whole bunch of dads out there during the BP, a whole bunch in the stands as well. As we continue with this pregame show, it is still filling up even more here at Labatt Park. Of course, we love you listening to us and watching us here on the live stream, but Dylan, we encourage them to come down here. There's still some seats available. Come down here, watch this ball game. The atmosphere is really something different here on Pack the Park Day.
It definitely is. The fans are going wild in here, and there's not much room, but there is still room here for some fans to come file in. If you have the opportunity to do so, please come on down. Watch a great game between a really hot London team and an always potent Barrie squad.
So that is the setup for the ball game today. Baycats and Majors set to come your way. A little bit late getting started due to our alumni celebration down there on the field. But other than that, it is going to be a really great day for baseball, Dylan, and it looks like the rain is going to hold off for us as well.
Yeah, you know what? It was raining in parts of southern Ontario here earlier today, but it seems that we just got a light drizzle, and it looks like it has passed us. So we have great conditions for a good ball game today.
And that is exactly what we're going to be hoping for. Why don't we take a look as well? Well, we have the time at the starting lineups for the Barrie Baycats. It's much of the same that we get to see almost every time Barrie comes through in a very high-powered offense for this Barrie lineup.
Yeah, leading off in right field is Ryan Spatero. He's always been a good bat for them. Starlin Rodriguez bats second at second base. Jordan Costello batting third at first base. He has been really good to start this season. Devin Atkinson, is at third base. Batting fourth, Kyle DeGrace batting fifth at DH. Steve Lewis batting seventh in left field. Jeff Cowan batting seventh in center. Connor Morrow batting eighth at shortstop. And Parker Walker batting ninth at catcher.
So Eric Collins taking over here. They are going to announce the lineups here and get set to go. We'll take it down there for the public address announcer, Eric Collins, as we get set here on this beautiful Pack the Park Day.
Thank you for your origin. I want to thank the alumni committee for their tireless efforts in piecing together our history. We are proud of our heritage and the legacy of people in London and the surrounding areas. Again, we thank the alumni for their efforts, and we want all of our fans to know the ties between our past and present are strong. The memories will continue to grow. The stories will continue to be told. Reminder to purchase your game day lineup as additional few moments will be announcing the starting lineup for this evening's game. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for this evening's game. The home plate umpire is Robert Stevenson. The third base umpire, Alan Moore. Third base umpire is Bob White. The official scorekeeper is Linda Rice. Scoreboard operator is Sue Gibson. Pointer statistician is Woody. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please here the starting lineup set for this evening's game. First for the visiting Barrie Baycats. Leading off to right field, number 16, Ryan Spatero. Batting second baseman, number 22, Starlin Rodriguez. Batting third, first baseman, number 9, Jordan Costello. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 29, Devin Atkinson. Batting fifth, designated hitter, number 18, Kyle DeGrace. Batting sixth, left fielder, number 7, Steve Lewis. Batting seventh, center fielder. The group of Christian Family youth players who play in London. Have in mind.
welcome inside Labatt Park here for London Majors Baseball. Pack the Park Day here at Labatt Park. Noah Smith, Dylan Baker calling the action. Dylan, going to be a good game today as well. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for first the London Majors, Dylan.
Yeah, it'll be a good game, a hot Majors team against an always good Barrie squad. For the Majors, they align themselves this way. Carlos Artiega leads off at second base. Izzy Pena batting second in right field today. He was in left field on Friday night. Byron Reichstein batting third in center field. Cleveland Brownlee, as usual, batting fourth at DH. Brian Lizardo at first base for the Majors. Went over 3 in his Majors debut. He'll look to turn things around here today. Jonathan Thibodeau batting 6th at catcher. Mike Ambrose batting 7th in left field. Steve Froese batting 8th at third base. And Phil Therapis batting 9th at shortstop.
That is the starting lineup here for the London Majors. We'd like to start off by apologizing. A few technical difficulties with our pregame show early on, Dylan. That is why we're a little bit late getting started here, but we are here, we are live, and the Majors and Barrie Baycats get set to battle here at Labatt Park on a beautiful Sunday. Dylan, the crowd is a large one today.
It is a big crowd here at Labatt Park. It's Pack the Park Day. Everybody's ready to go. The fans are still filing in, and it's getting packed here at Labatt Park. We're almost ready for first pitch. Lineups just being introduced on the field right now.
They're just finishing up of course, announcements of the hometown lineup for the London Majors. You may notice something different with them on the field as well. Some new uniforms out there, of course, for the Sift and Pack the Park Day, and they are out there wearing those. We have a set here. Maybe we'll put her on the screen a little bit later on as well. Dylan, looking fresh out there.
Yes, they are. Looking good in their green uniforms for Father's Day. And Mike Ambrose gets his first start in left field of the season. That'll be interesting to see how he fares. He's played at third base. He's played at second base. He's caught. Interesting to see how he does in left field today.
Will be interesting for sure. A little bit of a switch up for the lineup, and manager Roop Chanderd's team here will send it down to field level. It's time for the anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please hear your captain for the singing of our national anthem. Performing Old Canada this afternoon. Please welcome indie acoustic singer-songwriter specializing in progressive fingerstyle classical guitar. Devin Atkinson is using a refreshingly big sound. Please welcome Jay Hu.
Dylan, the anthems are complete, and we are just about set to go there. Let's talk about the man on the mound, Owen Boone, looking to go out there and shut down this Barrie Baycats offense.
Yeah, Owen Boone making his third start of the season. Started the Majors home and season opener May 10th against the Hamilton Cardinals. Made his next start this past weekend against the Toronto Maple Leafs and did pretty well out there at Christie Pitts. Today he makes his return to Labatt Park, and he will look to silence a very good Barrie Baycats offense.
The Baycats offense ranked almost number one in every single offensive category in the IBL. A number of their individual players as well ranked in the top. One player you want to talk about as well, Devin Atkinson. The RBI total for him so far this season, astronomical.
Yes, Devin Atkinson has been a huge bat for this Barrie Baycats team, just destroying the baseball this year, and he's been clutch. So if you can keep the guys off the bases before Kevin Atkinson comes up, an ideal scenario, you get rid of Spataro, Rodriguez, and Costello right before Atkinson to make sure he's got nobody on base, because if he has anyone on, he is a very good man with the bat in his hands and runners on base.
Kevin Atkinson so far this season with the Baycats, playing in his second season with them. It's a .377 batting average, but it's the 5 home runs and the 19 RBIs that is the most spectacular stats for him. Of course, you look at the London Majors lineup, though, and they have someone that is right up there with that, Dylan. Some would argue better in Izzy Pena.
46 this season for the Majors. He is crushing the ball as well. He has been the Majors' best RBI man with 17, which is about or more actually than Kevin Atkinson. He's got 5 home runs as well. Izzy Pena has been such a great bat for the Majors, and a great surprise too for them, as he is in his first season as a London Major, and he has been crushing the baseball, whether it's in London or whether it's away from home. He has been the best bat in that Majors lineup.
He certainly has, and he'll look to continue today. Of course, Owen Boone on the mound out there. They just finished up the ceremonial first pitch here in London, and the weather, Dylan, has gotten a lot better. We mentioned the rain coming through earlier on in the day. Not a lot of people sitting out in the uncovered grandstands, but now the sun, it looks like it wants to peek out a little bit here on Sunday afternoon, and it is a packed house in here at Labatt Park on this Sunday afternoon.
Yes, it is packed, and the rain, it was drizzling a little bit pre-game, but it has become a nice sunny day right now. It looks like the rain has passed us. It is just going to keep moving on. It is beautiful. We are almost ready for first pitch. A perfect day for a ball game.
So Owen Boone out there throwing his warm-ups, just about set, ready to go. Dylan, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well today. A full slate of games in the IBL.
Yes, all 8 teams in action in the IBL. Today, Kitchener and Toronto face off at Christie Pitts at 2 o'clock. Brantford, Hamilton, Bernie Arbor, 2 o'clock as well there. Guelph and Welland at Welland Stadium, 2:05. That game was pushed back an hour due to field conditions. In MLB, the Blue Jays take on the Astros at 2:10. The Indians take on the Tigers at 1:10.
So a busy day of baseball. We'll keep you up to date on those scores as they come along here. But here it is baseball at the Forks of the Thames. Labatt Park is site for this one, and always good when you get to see a full crowd here. There is the warm-up pitches for Owen Boone on the mound. He has had a pretty good start to the season for him. He'll look to continue that today. His stats so far on the season, 13.1 innings pitched, but he's got a .337 ERA, so looking to keep that up today, Dylan.
Yeah, Owen Boone has always been a good starter for the London Majors. He looks to keep it going against a very, very tough Barrie offense today. They've been very good all season long, and they usually are. So Owen Boone's got a daunting task at hand, but it's a task that he can complete.
It'll be Ryan Spataro to lead things off here for the visiting Barrie Baycats on the road this afternoon. Of course, Sifton packed a park day, Majors Alumni Day, Father's Day, a jam-packed Sunday afternoon. Here's the first pitch from Boone. That one across and called a strike. First pitch just after 1:20 here on Sunday, and we are underway. Boone gets set, delivers on 0-1. That one missing low, so count evens at 1-1.
Right away, you can see that Owen Boone has his very hard, lively fastball working. Pumps it in the zone usually. That one just missed.
Boone gets set on the 1-1. Comes at Spataro. That one missing. They're going to appeal down to third. Say he didn't go around. 2-1 now.
Bob Blake over there at third base, a veteran IBL umpire. Always a good one.
Boone set, grabs his sign from Thibodeau. Here is the 2-1. Inside, doesn't get to call, falls behind Spataro, 3-1 now.
In the pregame, we talked about how if they wanted to avoid a lot of runs being scored, they had to keep the guys ahead of Kevin Atkinson off the bases. And last thing you want to do is walk Ryan Spataro.
And that's what he does here to start the ball game. 3-1 pitch misses up, and it is a walk for Spataro to lead things off here in the top of the first.
Now you got to deal with Starlin Rodriguez, who is no Kevin Atkinson, but he can certainly put the ball in play, and you got to keep an eye on Ryan Spataro over at first base.
Spataro can run, so you have to be aware over there at first base. Brian Lizardo is the first baseman in the ball game. He played third base Friday night. First pitch from Boone, that one across, called a strike, 0-1.
That's something you'll see a lot with third basemen. They can usually shift over to the other corner at first base. Corner infielders can usually play both sides of the diamond.
Next pitch from Boone, that one hit in the air. Fairly deep, but not deep enough to center field. Underneath it, makes the grab, Reichstein. First out of the top of the first inning.
Good pitch there from Owen Boone against the two-hitter. Got him to fly out to center field. You heard some oohs and ahs from the crowd just at how high that ball was hit. But it was not hit too deep, and it was an easy play for Byron out in center field.
It can catch you a little bit off by surprise. Those ones hit in the air, but that one not deep enough. Knew it wasn't off the bat. First out. Spataro still stands on first.
Spataro's got a decent lead over there at first base. Nothing too big, but his right foot is right by the cutout in the grass there. Costello took his time digging into the box.
First pitch from Boone to Costello inside. Got a foot in on the plate. 1-0.
One thing you'll see when pitchers start to get into a rhythm, they usually tend to work quickly, and Costello takes some time to get into that box, maybe to slow Owen Boone down, make sure he doesn't get into that rhythm.
1-0 from Boone. That one fouled off into the parking lot here at Labatt. Goes to a 1-1 now. And Deal, when we talk about Owen Boone, a very good pitcher at working his way back into the counts. We did see the leadoff walk there, but that's not really his style. When he falls behind, he gets back into the counts fairly quickly.
Yes, he does. Owen Boone is such a good strike thrower, and he's got some good stuff, too. So when he's down in a count, he usually fights his way back into it. Didn't happen on the first batter, though.
1-1 set from Boone. Off-speed call, the strike, 1-2. Good off-speed pitch there by Owen Boone. And he's got himself into a 1-2 count now against the number 3 here, Jordan Costello.
Interesting to see what Boone comes with. Could it be a fastball after we just saw a breaking ball there? Does he throw in back-to-back curves to see how Costello deals with them?
Set. Runners off on 1-2. That one hit left center field. Chasing it down. Diving grab makes the catch. They'll throw back to 1, but Spataro is standing on third base. It's a double play, and the inning is over. Wow, Dylan.
What a play by Mike Ambrose out in left field. We were interested to see how he would fare in his first start in left field. A diving grab and a double play. Spataro was running on the pitch. He gets eliminated. He did not tag up at first base. He was all the way at third by the time that ball was caught by Mike Ambrose. A beautiful play to end the first inning, and the large crowd was certainly happy about that.
Mike Ambrose, one of the guys that just loves to play to the crowd, Dylan. He loves getting amped up, loves playing in these situations. And like you said, we were wondering how he was going to fare out there making the start in left field, but it looks like he's been playing there his entire life with that grab.
Yeah, just one chance, but it was a tough play, and he made it with a beautiful dive to end the first inning.
So the Baycats grab a base runner on the leadoff walk. That is all they get. The double play ends the inning, and the Majors get set to bat when we come back. Arteaga, Pena, Reichstein to lead things off as the Majors look to get on the board first. Welcome back here to Labatt Park Majors TV. Noah Smith and Dylan Baker on the action. Dylan, what an end to the top of the first inning there. An unbelievable catch by Mike Ambrose.
Oh, a ridiculous play by Mike Ambrose there. Fantastic grab. An insane diving towards short. He was almost at shortstop when he made that play. And an easy throw into second base. A great double play to end the top half of the first inning.
So Carlos Arteaga will lead things off here for the Majors. He'll have to face off against Adrian Salcedo, the righty on the mound for Barrie.
Yeah, Salcedo has been doing well this year for Barrie in 2 starts. He'll look to continue that right now.
First pitch to Carlos Arteaga. That one fouled off, out of play. Count will move to 0-1.
Fans are also excited. Oohs and ahs on almost every ball that is hit by a bat so far today.
It's one of the exciting things about having this many people in the ballpark. The excitement on every single ball put in play. Here's the 0-1 to Arteaga. That one hit on the ground, not hard. Can be a tough play at third. Throw over to 1 in time at first. So Arteaga is retired on a tough bouncer for the first out of the bottom of 1.
Hey, you know what? You gotta give credit where credit is due. And Devin Atkinson over at third base made a nice play, knowing Arteaga's speed. He is a fast runner. Cut across the diamond there and made a beautiful play to retire him.
Speaking of playing positions that they don't normally talk about, Mike Ambrose, Izzy Pena in right field today, and here he is set to bat.
I don't know if it's if there's any position that Izzy doesn't normally play. He can play pretty much everywhere. So good to see him shifting over to right field.
Also in the number 2 spot in this lineup, he's been there the past few games. Squares around to bunt. Pulls back. 1-0.
Salcedo with a hard fastball. We've seen it a few times so far in this one.
Salcedo grabs his sign. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Pena swings right through that one. 1-1. Last weekend on the road in Barrie, Pena, a home run down the right field line, just stayed fair. Here is the 1-1 to him. That one hit on the ground. Second base, one hop into his glove, over to 1. In time, Pena's retired for a quick second out here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, it was a nice hit there from Izzy Pena, in Barrie last week. Just barely stayed fair, but was able to get it over the wall and in fair territory for his 5th home run of the season. Just a ground out there to second base. Majors have had weak contact against Salcedo so far.
It'll be Byron Reichstein now for the Majors. He is, of course, batting in that 3-hole where he has been a few times already this season.
Yeah, we've seen Byron hit in the 3-hole and the 5-hole this season so far.
3, 4, 5. Manager Rube Chanardap moving everyone around. As that first pitch to him is across for a strike, 0-1. Salcedo grabs his sign and comes to the plate on 0-1. Reichstein swings right through it, now 0-2.
Byron, always a good hitter at the plate, works the count, knows how to work an arm out there on the mound, so Reichstein always gives you a good quality at bat.
The 0-2 now to Byron from Salcedo. That one up and out. Moves it to 1-2. Salcedo, Dylan, that lively fastball he has, a lot of times when he puts it up in the zone, really gets the hitters to chase.
Yeah, you think you can drive it a mile because it's up and you can hit it 405 dead center field over that wall, but you can't. It's too high for you, and you're either going to roll over on it if you chop down or you'll pop it right up. So a very good pitch from Salcedo, but the good hitters are usually able to lay off.
Reichstein fouls another one off here. 1-2 the count remains. Salcedo set. Here is the 1-2 to Reichstein. That one on the ground, up the middle. Good play there. Short across the diamond. In time at 1. So Reichstein grounds out for the 3rd out of the inning. And we are quickly through 1 here at Labatt Park on Pack the Park Day. Majors Baycats tied at 0. Had a chance to catch up with Majors skip Rube Chanardap before the game. Here's what he had to say about today's ball game.
Roop, it's Pack to Park Day. How exciting is this game for the players?
This is exciting for not just players, the fans, everyone. Thanks Sifton Properties for putting this on. Mike Riffle started this with and it's been an exciting event. This kind of always, I say, kickstarts our season from a fan's perspective.
Past 2 games for you guys, you've had very strong starting pitching as well. Fitzsimmons out of the bullpen has looked fantastic. Do you feel like the pitching is coming along now?
Definitely. When John's here, when Fitzsimmons is here, it gives us a guy, the starters have to just get to 7. Fitzy's going to close it out 8, 9. You know what? The pitching's coming along. We're starting to get everyone here. We haven't had a full team here all year, so we're starting to bring it together. Owen Boone pitches today, I know Owen's been great for us, in his 2 starts.
Awesome. Thank you, Roop. Good luck today.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back here. Top of the second inning. Owen Boone back out on the mound here as they get set to face off against the mate of the order here for Barrie. A diving play into the top half of the first. First pitch missing, low, 1-0.
Yeah, it was a beautiful diving grab by Mike Ambrose out in left field to end the top of the first inning. Now you got the best hitter in this Barrie order, Devin Atkinson.
Pitch up high, 2-0.
Atkinson, a very patient hitter, a great power bat as well.
Count is 2-0 here on Atkinson. Delivery to the plate from Boone. That one fouled straight back to the screen. 2-1 now. A good big swing there from Atkinson. Boone gets set on 2-1. Here's his delivery to the plate off speed. Just a bit inside now. Falls behind the leadoff man in the inning. 3-1 now. That one will miss. So once again here a leadoff walk in the inning. This one to Devin Atkinson. And Boone will have to work with a runner on once again.
Yeah, and Boone isn't usually a guy who walks too many hitters, so he's going to have to limit those if he wants to pitch deep into this ball game. Usually can fight his way back in accounts, but you have a very patient and very good Barrie offense here today. So you can't try to be too fine and just throw some more, and just keep firing in that zone.
So Boone has to work with a runner on here. Nobody out in the top of 2. Pair of walks in the ball game for him so far. First pitch across for a strike. 0-1.
No, I don't know if it's just me, but it looked like Owen Boone held that leg kick a little longer there as he was striding towards the mound. That's something that can work to your advantage. It can mess the hitter. It can mess the runner a little bit. But if that runner is going, it can really be a disadvantage for you.
That one on the ground. Shortstop bobbles it. Throw to 2. Back to 1. Picked in time. So Dylan a little bit unorthodox, but it gets the job done. A double play and 2 quick outs on the board for Owen Boone.
Yeah, Phil Therapis bobbled the ball. Carlos Artiega leaped over Devin Atkinson at second base, and a good stretch by Brian Lizardo over at first to get the double play. So 2 outs and very weak contact there off of Owen Boone, and that's really good to see so far in this ball game.
So Owen Boone will now have to face Steve Lewis with 2 outs in the inning after he rolled the double play there. Close play over there at 1, but they get the call for the out. First pitch across for a strike. 0-1.
Good first pitch strike there from Owen Boone.
Here's the 0-1 delivery from Boone. That one hit on the ground over to third base. Throw across the diamond in time at 1. And another 1-2-3 inning for Owen Boone. A couple double plays, and we will go to the bottom of 2. Majors looking to get on the board here, 0-0. Welcome back to Labatt Park. It is Pack the Park Day and a full house here. Listen to this crowd here as Cleveland Brownlee gets set to bat.
Cleveland Brownlee at the plate. The fans giving him a warm reception here in this one. The fans have been very excited. They've been very loud so far through an inning and a half, and Cleveland will look to give them something to cheer for in his first at-bat.
Here is the first pitch to Cleve. That one hit on the ground, right to third, though. Picked up on a hop. Throw across the diamond in time at first, so Brownlee grounds out on one pitch. 1 out.
Yeah, that was really the first ball that we've seen hit really hard in play by the Majors. Cleveland hit one hard over to third base, and just a good play by Kevin Atkinson over at third.
Be Brian Lizardo here, getting set for his first at-bat of this Sunday afternoon. Didn't have a fantastic start on Friday, Dylan, but he does swing a good bat.
Yeah, Lizardo does have a good bat. He went 0 for 3 in his first Majors game. He'll look for his first hit in this one.
First pitch across for a strike. We mentioned on Friday's broadcast as well. We'll bring it to this one as well. Lizardo, he has spent some time in the Blue Jays system, and by some time, I mean since he was 16 years old. So friends with a few of the other Majors import players as he swings through that one 0-2. As how he ended up here in London was just released by the Blue Jays back at the end of May.
Yeah, and Lizardo put up some good numbers in that Blue Jays system. Unfortunately for him, didn't pan out. Majors will certainly take him, though.
0-2 to him. That one up high. Count moves to 1-2. Lizardo stands in that right-handed batter's box. Gets set to face the 1-2 pitch here. Inside low. Count moves even at 2-2.
Lizardo, a power lefty. He can hit for average, and he can hit the ball out of the ballpark at times. We'll see what he can do here. Tough pitcher in Salcedo on the mound.
Salcedo comes at 2-2. That one called strike 3. Lizardo down looking. Guessed wrong on that one. 2 outs here in the inning.
Yeah, and Salcedo always has good stuff, but Lizardo didn't take the bat off his shoulders there, unfortunately, and he watched that one roll in for strike 3, so he'll look to bounce back in his next at-bat. Right now, it's Jonathan Thibodeau.
So Jonathan Thibodeau now. He'll have to bat with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning here. First pitch from Salcedo, that one across right there, called a strike, 0-1.
Thibodeau up to that 6th spot in the majors order today. He's been swinging a pretty good bat for them.
Salcedo set to the plate, that one outside. Evens the count up at 1-1. So far this season for Jonathan Thibodeau, the average, not quite there, but he does have a long ball, hit that in Kitchener. So he does have some power. Here's the 1-1 pitch, that one inside, 2-1.
Thibodeau does have quite a bit of power, actually, as he hits the ball hard quite often. Unfortunately, it's been right at guys so far to start his majors career.
Pitch from Salcedo. That one hit on the ground. Third, tough hop, picks it up, over to 1 in time. So a fairly quick inning on the mound for Adrian Salcedo. He gets through the bottom of the second inning, and we will go to the third. Majors Baycats tied at 0 here on Majors TV. Welcome back here to Labatt Park. Owen Boone finishing up his warm-up pitches, and Dylan, he's looked good so far. Doesn't have that strikeout pitch so far in the ball game, but rolled the double play ball once, got a double play in the air for the other double play. He's got 2 double plays through 2 innings so far.
Yeah, in that first double play, he was helped out quite a bit by his left fielder, Mike Ambrose, on a beautiful dive. He has not been able to find that strikeout pitch so far in this one, but don't expect that to last. He's rolled a double play ball. He's had weak contact on almost every ball that's been put in play. So he's still had a good outing through 2 innings so far, even though he has not had a strikeout yet.
Boone has walked the leadoff man in both innings so far, so you'd like to see him try to get ahead here if he can on the leadoff man in the inning. Here's the 1-0. That one hit in the air. It'll drop in front of Ambrose in left, so another leadoff base runner here for the Baycats in the top of the third.
Yeah, not like Mike could have dove for that one and made the play on it. A little too far for him. Still a great opportunity here for the Baycats, and a good opportunity for Owen Boone to possibly roll his second double play ball and his third total double play of the afternoon.
So a single for Jeff Cowan to get things started for the Baycats. Connor Morrow now to bat for Barrie. He'll look to try and get things started in their inning. As mentioned, Cowan on first. Here's the pitch from Boone. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Boone gets ahead 0-1.
Good to see a first pitch strike there from Owen Boone. The leadoff men in the ball game so far have had first pitch balls to them, but everyone else seems to have had a first pitch strike from Boone.
0-1. That one off speed hit into the gap in right center field. It's going to roll and get to the warning track out there in right center. Reichstein will throw it in. There will be no play. It's going to be a triple in the gap, and a run will come across the score here for Barrie. And they took the early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, ball absolutely rocketed into the right center field gap by Connor Morrow on a triple for him. So Jeff Cowan is able to score there. Nothing you can really do there if you're the Majors. Good wood was put on the ball by Jeff Cowan, and Byron got the ball in as quickly as he could. A little bit high, so Thrappas couldn't really make a play after that. Might have had a shot at the plate, but it was unlikely. So the Baycats get on the board first here at Labatt Park.
Barrie out in front 1-0 after that. Call it an RBI single, or RBI triple, pardon me. That one in the gap. First pitch missing. 1-0 here.
Parker Walker at the plate, the catcher for the Barrie Baycats.
There's the 1-0 to him. That one fouled off into the screen. Count even at 1-1 now for Boone.
So you got nobody out. You got a runner at third. Owen Boone has to work out of a jam here, but Boone does not get intimidated by anything, so he should be able to work out of it here. Or he will attempt to, at least.
The pitch from Boone, that one low. Missing. Count moves to 2-1 strike here on Walker, the number 9 hitter in the order for Barrie.
Looks like the corners are in for the Majors. Steve Froese, Brian Lizardo both playing in. Possibly trying to cut down the run at the plate.
Pitch, that one hit, and it's going to get into right field in front of Pena. Another RBI single there. This one for Parker Walker, and the Baycats jump out in front to an early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, rocket by Parker Walker now into right field. And the bottom of the order has gotten good wood on the balls, on the pitches from Owen Boone so far in this one. Mound visit quickly from Roop Chanadat, the Majors manager. Usually you see a pitching coach do that, but Roop seems to like going out, talk to his pitchers, and hopefully get their confidence up out there on the mound. Boone has done pretty well so far, besides the last few hitters who have hit line drives against him, and he'll look to hopefully turn a double play here against Ryan Spataro, the leadoff hitter for the Barrie Baycats.
Yeah, Roop usually, like you mentioned, not the one to go out there and talk to him. Usually that is Brent Wales, pitching coach for the Majors. But with Owen Boone out there, sometimes you'll see Roop go out there just to calm him down. Boone has been with the Majors since 2014, so him and Roop know each other, of course. Here is the first pitch, squares around, called, strike one.
Yeah, and I know Brent Wales knew Owen Boone prior to joining the London Majors, but they're obviously not as close as him and Roop are because of how long Boone has been with the London Majors.
0-1 pitch here. That one hit on the ground, and it's going to get through, not hit hard, to Pena in right. Rounding second, going to third. Strong throw from Pena over to Froese, but he'll be in there standing up at third. Advancing first to third on that single. Boone getting hit here, Dylan, in the top of the third.
Yeah, and interesting to see that Brian Lizardo went straight to the bag there on a ball that he might have had a play on. Obviously, if Artiega could have gotten to it, you want to be at first base to get the throw, but it seemed that maybe Lizardo could have made the play on that had he gone a few steps to his right. Unfortunately for the Majors, he did not. He went straight to the bag, and that allowed the ball to get through, and with the speed of Parker Walker, he was able to get to third. Artiega
was playing closer to the bag, of course, for the double play. That's why he couldn't get there. That one fouled off the end of the bat. 0-1. So I think with Artiega and Thrappas pushed towards the middle for that double play positioning, and like you mentioned, Lizardo thinking that maybe Artiega could have been there nonetheless, it's a base hit, and runners on the corners here. Still nobody out, already 2 runs across. Here is the 0-1. That one hit over to Froze. He drops it. So now it's a rundown. Throw, play at the plate. Thibodeau makes the tag, and the Majors will get an out of it. Froze almost came up with the grab. They could have had 2.
Yeah, he almost made the play. Would have had a shot at diving back to the bag and maybe getting Parker Walker diving back. Unfortunately for the Majors, he did not make the grab. Still was able to avoid the out. Jonathan Thibodeau not too happy with a collision there at the plate by Parker Walker. But nonetheless, they get the out and they hold the Baycats run total to 2 for the moment. 1 out now, first and second, double play, still in order. And Boone will look to get one of those here.
So not a fantastic part of the order here, but like you mentioned, Dylan, they get the lead man. They stop him from scoring, and now you have force out to try and roll yourself a double play. 1 out, runners on first and second. Here's the pitch from Boone. That one doesn't get the call. 1-0. Boone gets set on 1-0. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off. Will get out of play. Count will even at 1-1.
Owen Boone has to aim to throw pitches down in the zone because that double play is still in order, and that is obviously an ideal scenario. You get 2 for the price of 1 and get out of this inning.
Boone gets set on the 1-1. Here's his delivery to the plate. That one low, blocked up by Thibodeau. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Good block there by Jonathan Thibodeau, making sure that the ball didn't get to the backstop, and that would have moved up both of the runners most likely to third and second base respectively.
2 balls and 1 strike now for Boone as he's facing off against the middle of the order here for Barrie. 1 out, runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. That one inside. 3-1.
That one just missed the strike zone, just a little bit too far inside on Jordan Costello, but still a good pitch nonetheless from Owen Boone.
A busy day here at Labatt Park. The fans coming in droves, almost a full house here. Not a whole lot of seats left. Here is the 3-1 from Boone to the plate. Hit on the ground past Lizardo into right. Pena will have to come up with a strong throw to the plate. It's up the line a little bit. Another run will come across the score here. 3rd run of the inning for Barrie.
Yeah, and a strong throw there from Izzy Pena in right field, but with the speed of Ryan Spataro, he was able to score relatively easily there, standing up. No real play at the plate. Now you got Devin Atkinson at the plate with 2 guys on, a runner at third base in scoring position, so it'll be interesting to see what Boone comes with here to try and work his way out of this jam and hopefully limit the damage to only 3 runs.
Devin Atkinson, the batter here. 1 out. Runners on the corners, first and third. Boone comes set to the plate. That one hit into left. Ambrose tracking back to the wall. It'll land on the warning track behind him. Atkinson will go into 2. A run will come across to score here. And the Baycats have gotten to Owen Boone here in the top of the 3rd.
Well, if there's any bright spot to that, it's that only 1 run scored because the runner at first base had to hold up. A double for Devin Atkinson, and it is a 4-run ball game here in the 3rd inning.
So here in the top of the 3rd, the Baycats have got the bats going. They've pushed across 4, still 2 out there as well. Quick mound visit out there for Thibodeau and Boone. Try to get back on the same page, and some arms now throwing in the Majors bullpen.
Yeah, there are some arms down there. Looks like Aiden Hannon out in the Majors bullpen warming up. Boone getting into a bit of a jam here. and he's got to face Kyle DeGrace, who hit into a double play.
Grace pops that one up on the infield. Froze. Coming into fair territory, makes the grab for the second out there. Great job to get the out, and the Majors will look to try to get out of this, keep the damage where it is.
Yeah, and obviously 4 runs is not an ideal inning for the Majors by any stretch, but if you can limit it there at 4 runs, you can still come back from that, and that's what Owen Boone will look to do on this next pitch. The Majors have a great opportunity to do so with 2 outs.
First pitch from Boone, called to strike, 0-1 now. Goes to the off speed on the first pitch there, gets the call.
Steve Lewis at the plate, grounded out to Steve Froze in his first at-bat.
Here's the 0-1 to him. Off speed again, once again. Call to strike, so Boone goes off speed and gets 2 straight strikes here, 0-2.
Interesting to see what Boone comes with 0-2. He threw a fastball, then a breaking ball, and interesting to see whether he goes back to that fastball on 0-2 or he sticks with the soft stuff to hopefully get Lewis reaching.
Goes soft and away there, 1-2. Just missed his spot there. Didn't get Lewis to chase. Runners on second and third here, 2 outs, a 1-2 count.
Fastball up here if you're Owen Boone after the breaking pitch away.
That one swung on, fouled, straight back into the screen. Count stays where it is at 1-2. Hometown fans getting behind Boone. Here's the 1-2. Just outside, doesn't get the call. Evens up at 2-2. Thibodeau certainly wanted it behind the plate.
The fans did too. That didn't miss by much if you're Owen Boone out there on the mound.
Clapping along here. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Boone. Swing, fouled. Almost got him there. So another 2-2 pitch will have to come. Dylan thought he got him there. A good pitch to go to for Boone.
Yeah, a very good pitch there from Owen Boone. Almost had him. Tipped it off of Jonathan Thibodeau's chest, however. Thibodeau, unfortunately, was not able to hold on to that one.
Here is the 2-2 as Boone gathers his sign in the wind. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So Boone gets out of the inning, strands a pair of runners in scoring position, but the Baycats get to him here in the top of the third inning. They score 4 runs here in the top of 3 and lead 4-0. Dylan will go to the bottom of the third. Majors looking to get the bats going.
We'll look to get those bats going in the bottom of the third inning, and they will have to do so after giving up 4 in the top half. It's not impossible to come back into this ball game, only down 4 runs, but they will need to get going early, meaning now, if they would like to come back.
Here is a quick look at what has been going on here at Levat Park. A few of the fathers of the Majors players. There's Evan Britt with his dad getting out to take part, Dylan, in the batting practice, shagging some fly balls, taking some swings. There's Eric Collins with his son as well, playing some catch pre-game, and it's just been a good atmosphere so far today.
Yeah, we saw Byron Reichstein's dad. We saw Evan Britt and his dad. We saw our good friend Eric Collins and his son Henry. We see Steve Fro's dad out there, and all the dads out there on the field. They had a chance to check some fly balls, even hit some BP with their sons, the ball players out there on the field. It has been a great, great atmosphere so far, and it's fantastic to see all the players doing things with their dads pregame.
So the Majors come to bat here in the bottom of the third, and we'll look to try and get to Salcedo. He's got a lead to work with now. Majors down 4 to the Baycats when we return.
Majors, the left fielder, number 32, Mike Ambrose.
So Mike Ambrose here to lead things off for the Majors in the bottom of the third inning. They will have some work to do here to try and at least chip away, Dylan, at the 4 runs that the Baycats put up in the top half.
Yeah, it is important that they do so here and now because they are down by 4 runs. Like I said in the as we were heading to break, it's not impossible, but they will have to get started right away if they want to come back in this one. And fan favorite Mike Ambrose leads things off.
Ambrose squares, pulls back, takes strike 1. Owen won the count on him. Salcedo set to Ambrose, swing and a miss on that one. 0-2, he's quickly up on Mike Ambrose.
A lot of movement on that pitch. Ambrose was right on it, took a big swing. Unfortunately couldn't get to it and got under him for strike 2.
Here is the 0-2 to Mike Ambrose. Off-speed hit on the ground, into the hole and right past the shortstop. A base hit for Mike Ambrose, and he's on to get things started here in the bottom of the third.
That is the first time the Majors fans have had something to cheer about offensively. A base hit for Mike Ambrose through the left side, and the Majors are in the hit column now with their first base hit of the ball game in the bottom of the third inning.
So it'll be Steve Froese now to bat. Mike Ambrose on, as mentioned, to start things here in the bottom of the third inning. Ambrose with that base hit, just getting past the shortstop. Came a long way to get it, but it was hit just hard enough to get past. Here's the first pitch to Froese, across, a strike, 0-1.
That pitch just got the top of the zone. Froese thought it was up. Looked like it was a bit up from up here, but down there it was a called strike 1.
Salcedo set. Here's the 0-1 to Froese. That one fouled off to the screen. 0-2, so Salcedo getting ahead of batters here in the bottom of the third. He's got an 0-2 count on Steve Froese.
Had an 0-2 count as well on Mike Ambrose. He's done a good job of getting ahead, and Steve Froese has to have the same approach as Mike Ambrose, ready to hit anything, protect the plate, because Ambrose got one through for a base hit, and Froese will look to do the same, get Ambrose up a base.
Salcedo set, and here comes his 0-2. Leg kick delivered to the plate, off speed, fouled off by Froese. So we'll have to redo the 0-2 pitch there. Good off speed pitch, but Froese battling it off.
Yeah, Steve Froese has been pretty good at working the count this season. He's gotten a lot of foul balls, making sure that the pitcher throws a lot of pitches. He's been a bright spot for the Majors at the bottom of their order.
0-2, Froese battles it off once more. So good job staying alive at the plate there, waiting for one to come to the plate that he'll like, Dylan. 0-2 though.
Yeah, it looked like he was right on that one, almost ready to go, and a liner straight back at the backstop there.
We'll have to wait. Here comes the 0-2 once more. Leg kick from Salcedo. Off speed. Froese drills it. It's going to go foul down the left field line. He got a lot of it, but it was about 50 feet foul.
Yeah, that one went through the tree in foul territory out in left field. Steve Froese absolutely demolished that ball. Unfortunately, it was foul as he was early on the off speed.
We'll see if Salcedo and Walker can pick up on that. He was right on the off speed. See what they come with here on 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, fastball outside. Doesn't get the call as Froese holds up, so it's 1-2 now.
Good pitch there from Salcedo. Froese was just barely able to hold up, but he did so and did enough that get a ball.
So Salcedo is 1-2 to Froese. That one hit on the ground. It's going to get past. A base hit. Ambrose rounds aggressively. He'll stop at 2. Thought about going to third, but doesn't want to jeopardize anything the Majors have going here. They've got the first 2 runners on in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, nice base hit there for Steve Froese, getting through the left side for runners at first and second now for the Majors. Mike Ambrose rounded second hard because there was nobody at third base at the time, with the shortstop right there and the ball not being hit too hard relatively easy to get to for Steve Lewis in left field, so he made sure to hold up there. Phil Therapis at the plate. Maybe you bunt the runners over here with nobody out, only have one out and two runners in scoring position. We'll see what Therapis can do.
So it will be Phil Therapis, as mentioned, batting in the 9-hole today. He's got a pair of runners on. First and second, nobody out. Squares around, but pulls back because that one's inside. 1-0.
One of the things we've seen quite a bit with the majors this season is on the first pitch, they tend to square around, and they don't in following pitches, but I'm not so sure that Therapis will do that. I think he will square around once again and attempt to get a sacrifice bunt down with nobody out and two runners on.
Baycats are playing a little bit in, but not a whole lot. Squares around to bunt. That one called a strike. Throw down to 2. Ambrose is back sliding. Count will move to 1-1, though.
Yeah, Mike Ambrose with a huge lead over there at second base and an even bigger secondary. So not a bad idea for the Baycats to throw down to second base. Unfortunately for them, did not get him. Ambrose did a good job of reading the play as a catcher and getting back.
So a 1-1 count now on Phil Therapis. Squares around once more. Gets it down. It's a pretty good bunt. Walker going to have to come up. Strong throw to 1. In time at first. So Walker comes up with a strong throw. Gets the out at 1. But Phil will do his job and advance the runners to second and third.
Yeah, a beautiful sacrifice bunt there from Phil Therapis, getting the runners to second and third. And Phil almost beat that one out with his speed, almost getting down to first base in time. Unfortunately for him, it was just a bit late, and that'll bring up Carlos Arteaga.
We say that he did his job, Dylan. He did move the runners over, but you got to imagine with the speed of Phil Therapis, they also wanted him to try to get on as well, and he was, like you mentioned, very close there, almost beating it out.
Yeah, he was busting out of the box, and with his speed, he almost beat that one out, unfortunately. He could not. Still have two runners in scoring position, though, with one out.
First pitch to Carlos. That one's off the glove. Ambrose will come home, and he will score the first run of the game here for the Majors. Cutting into this deficit a little bit here for 1 now.
Good job by Mike Ambrose, able to read that pitch and come in to score a run. That one just got away from Walker behind the plate and got to the backstop. Ambrose scores, Froze moves up to third for Carlos Arteaga.
Job not done yet here for the Majors. Another run still out there, big one as well. For pitch to Carlos, the 1-0 is an off-speed pitch he swings at 1-1.
If you're Carlos, I'd imagine you try to get a ball into the air, into the outfield, because if you get it that high or far enough and high enough into the air, into the outfield, you could score Steve Froze.
They go off speed again to Carlos. He swings at that one. Count moves to 1-2. Hands getting into it here at Labatt Park, trying to cheer on their Majors.
Yeah, they would love to see a bit of a comeback here from the Majors as they are down by 3.
1-2 to Arteaga. Off speed. Hit on the ground. Fights it off. Base hit. Across the score is Steve Froze. It's an RBI single for Carlos Arteaga. And the Majors have cut the deficit in half now, 4-2.
Carlos Arteaga with a beautiful line drive base hit single into right field, scoring a run. And he's got yet another RBI for the Majors. He's been a real bright spot for their offense. He can hit at the top of your order, he can hit at the bottom of your order, and he has been producing for the Majors ever since he made his 2019 debut. And here's another guy that has been producing in Izzy Pena.
The number 2 man in the order, big bat of Izzy Pena. Carlos can run, stands at first base, just one out in the inning. First pitch. That one swung on by Pena, 0-1.
Izzy just missed that ball.
An 0-1 count here to Ismael Pena. As mentioned, one of the top hitters in the IBL. Carlos fakes, but doesn't go to 2. That one in the dirt here. Evens the count to Pena, 1-1.
Izzy always recognizes pitches very well, does not get cheated up there at the plate, and Another example right there.
One of the big things about Pena is a good hitter, Dylan, but he's also a smart hitter. And especially since he is a very good pitcher as well, that kind of brings his talents at the dish as well. Very good at recognizing pitches.
Yeah, he's tremendous at recognizing pitches, and definitely helps that he is also a pitcher. He's a two-way player, and that certainly benefits him at the plate.
Carlos was off, but it's over to second. They're going to have to take the one out over there at first base, so Pena grounds out, but Arteaga off on the pitch will keep the double play out of order. And 2 outs now in the inning.
Yeah.
Byron Reichstein will bat with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, hit and run there for the Majors. Executed well by Izzy Pena, getting the ball into play. Obviously, for him, that's not necessarily one that he would have normally gone after, but he did on that one. Got the ball to second base. Arteaga gets to second to avoid a double play there, and now you got Byron at the plate.
So Byron Reichstein to bat here. First pitch outside. Call the strike, though, 0-1.
That pitch looked like it missed quite a bit outside, but the Baycats get the call nonetheless.
Here is the 0-1 to Byron from Salcedo. Swings, fouls that one off. Stays alive at the plate, 0-2.
Interesting to see if Byron's able to score. Carlos at second base. Arteaga does have speed. Byron's got some power. We'll see what happens.
It's going to be an 0-2 count here. Pitch. Off speed. Cole to strike outside, but gets the call. It's a punch out to end the inning here. Reichstein goes down looking, and the Majors inning is over, but they pick up 2 runs here, cut into the deficit. The Baycats out in front 4-2. We'll go to the fourth when we come back. Welcome back here, and Dylan, for those watching the live stream at home, it is a little bit of pandemonium out there on the field. Probably the largest kids run the bases that we've certainly seen this year, if not in a long time. They are still going out there. A few still coming on the field yet to run. It has been crazy, Dylan.
It has been crazy, and you know what? They're going all different directions. They're running getting off at third base, and we've even seen a few adults run. We got one walking out there now, and you know what? It has been crazy. This must be a new record. They're just telling him to get off the field now because Owen Boone wants to throw his warm-up pitches. Roop Chanardat went out to see if he could help facilitate the exit of all these fans. And you know what? It's been great to see the fans come out in bunches, and the kids ran the bases pretty
Lost
well.
for words, Dylan. Lost for words. There's a lot going on out there. Finally complete. There's a few young ones still just standing out there as well, unsure what to do, as our staff will pick them up and take them off the field here.
Yeah, Pack the Park Day is a busy day at Labatt Park for everyone.
We just wanted to bring you that. Owen Boone will do his warm-up pitches. We will come back. Majors will look to try and shut down the Baycats here. 4-2 is the score. Welcome back here, live, and Owen Boone set to work on the mound here. Jeff Cohen will lead things off here for the Barrie Baycats, Dylan, in the top of the fourth inning, as the Majors will look to try and shut them down. First pitch from Boone, up and in, backs Cohen off the plate, ball one.
Yeah, Cowan will lead things off again for the Baycats. He led off that third inning where they scored 4 runs, and Owen Boone looked to shut them down here, and it all starts with Cowan at the plate. You need to keep him off the bases, make sure you get an out from him, and then eventually that will lead to further successes.
Pitch, that one hit center field. Byron tracking, but it's going to drop in front of him. So another leadoff base runner here on the top of 4 for Barrie as Jeff Cowan's on with the leadoff single.
Jeff Cowan with a base hit, just dropping in front of Byron out there in center field. Chased after it, almost got there. Unfortunately for him, he could not. And the Baycats now have a base runner.
So Barrie and Cowan is on to start things here in the top of the fourth inning. Of course, Barrie pushed across their 4 runs in the ball game in the top half of the third. 4-2 is the score as the Majors rallied back in the bottom of 4. Owen Boone working. Here's the first pitch. Squares around the bunt. It's outside. Ball 1. 1-0.
1-0 to Connor Morrow. Squared around a bunt. Baycats looking to play some small ball just as the Majors did in the bottom of the third inning, looking to move that runner up to second base.
Boone trying to work ahead here. Here's the 1-0. That one misses as well. 2-0 now. We did see for a brief moment of time some action in the Majors bullpen. Aiden Hannum warmed up. Doesn't appear to be anyone warming now, Dylan.
No, and the temperature's not warming either. Seems like the rain has come out and it's cooled off a little bit.
Swing and a miss on the 2-0 pitch. A strike, now 2-1. Like you mentioned, Dylan, yeah, the rain coming out a little bit here at Labatt Park, it appears, as probably about 40% of the people in the uncovered grandstands now have their umbrellas out.
Plus a few out there on the bridge in left center field.
2-1. Outside, 3-1 now. Boone not helping himself out, falling behind here. Gonna have to come right at here on 3-1. Can't afford to walk and put runners on. Two of them to start the inning.
It's the last thing you want to do if you're Owen Boone. Don't want to have two runners on base with nobody out to lead off an inning.
That one's across, though. 3-1. It's the bottom of the order, too, Dylan, so you don't want to be falling behind these guys and walking the bottom of the order because you know that the top of the order can hit you, so the last thing you want to do is give the bottom free passes.
Yeah, and unfortunately Boone allowed the bottom of the order to get on in the third inning, so he'd look to avoid doing that here in the fourth at all costs.
Runners off, 3-2 is up, and it's going to be a walk here, so a pair of runners on here to start the top of the fourth inning for Barrie.
Yeah, Owen Boone just missed up there, and it almost hit Connor Morrow out there at the plate. Unfortunately, now he's got to deal with runners at first and second. At least it's not a triple like Connor Morrow hit in his last at-bat, but you still don't want to have two guys on with nobody out here to lead off an inning.
So it is runners on first and second after leadoff single and then the walk. Carlos Arteaga will call time here. They're going to go have a little bit of an infield conference on the mound. Thibodeau, Boone, and the entire infield now.
And there are a few things that could be going on right now out there on the mound. Arteaga could be trying to calm down Owen Boone, but they could also be working on a defensive play for a possible bunt. You've got Parker Walker, the number 9 hitter in this Baycats order at the plate. He might look to sacrifice, bunt a guy, move him over. Let's see how maybe the Majors can adapt and possibly get the lead runner out at third base if possible. So Arteaga looking to maybe create some kind of defensive play to get a runner out there, or he could have just been trying to clarify things with his teammates.
We saw them execute bunt defense perfectly on Friday night in the 8th inning when they were in a little bit of trouble with Brantford. The corners came in. It was the shortstop Trappist who came over to cover third where they got the lead runner. It was executed to perfection as that one's across for a strike, 0-1. We're wondering, Dylan, if they might try to do something the same here. Try to get that lead runner if they can.
Yeah, different guys on the corners today is Steve Froese at third. Brian Lizardo moves over to first base. Trying to execute it nonetheless.
That one's inside, in the dirt. 1-1 now.
That one almost hit Walker at the plate. Good block by Thibodeau, making sure that that ball did not get to the backstop, which would have erased the double play possibility and moved both the runners into scoring position.
That one was right in his feet. I don't know how it didn't hit him.
Yeah, it was pretty close there.
Nonetheless, it'll be 1-1. Boone gets sat, grabs his sign, and gets ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. I say that one missed. I don't know. That looked pretty good from here at least. Thibodeau certainly thought it was a strike as well. 2-1.
Thibodeau thought it was a strike. Boone thought it was a strike. The fans thought it was a strike. I thought it was a strike. Unfortunately, that just missed inside.
The 2-1 is swung on and missed by Parker Walker. A 2-2 count now. Strikeout could go a long way here for Owen Boone. Even just let him put the ball in play, try to roll a double play. The corners have moved back now on 2 strikes. Middle trying to turn 2 if they can. Leg kick delivery on 2-2. That one's in the dirt and it hits him.
So we saw that second pitch almost hit Parker Walker at the plate. That one did get him, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out for the top of this Baycats order, and this is a jam Owen Boone is going to struggle to get out of. Roop Chanadat walking out to the mound, possible pitching change.
Yeah, this might be the end of the day here for Owen Boone. We'll see. It's a slow walk for Roop Charendet. Looks like Aiden Hannon is down there and ready to go in the bullpen. We'll see if they elect to change. There's a handshake and the ball taken from Owen Boone. So it'll be Aiden Hannon into the ball game now for the Majors. He's got a tough situation. Bases loaded, nobody out top of the order. Due up. Aiden Hannon on the mound when we come back. Welcome back here. The Majors in a little bit of hot water here in the top of the fourth inning. It's a new pitcher into the ball game. You see him on your screen there. Aiden Hannon in to do the pitching. He's got a tough situation, Dylan. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, Aiden Hannon walks right into a very tough situation. Top of the order, bases loaded, nobody out. Hannon has shown that he can work out of some jams in the past. He will have a very tough jam to work out of here.
First pitch popped up, foul territory. Frozen Thibodeau gives it a look. It's onto the roof here of Labatt. But Hannon works ahead 0-1.
You saw how hard Froze charged because obviously you want to get out of this inning any way you can. Any outs you had the opportunity to make, you better not mess them up.
Corner infielders in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off speed. Cold a strike there. Beautiful curveball there from Aiden Hannon. 0-2. Hannon set on the 0-2 pitch. Comes at it up high with the fastball. Spatero gives it a quick look, doesn't swing. 1-2.
Yeah, and that high fastball is very tough to get this Baycats lineup to chase on because of how patient and good they are at the plate.
Hannon set on 1-2. That one popped up. This one, playable. Foul territory. Throws over. Makes the grab. And an out there recorded, the first out of the inning here. Great job there on the mound for Aiden Hannon. Gets himself a pop-up and the first out here of the top of the fourth.
Yeah, good job by Aiden Hannon getting himself a pop-out there to get the first out of this inning. Bases are still loaded. You're not out of hot water yet. Starlin Rodriguez at the plate still, the two batter for the Barrie Baycats. And gets one out, though, so a double play could get you out of this inning. You got to keep that in mind if you're Aiden Hannon out there on the mound.
Here's the pitch. Off speed. Cued off the end of the bat. Foul. To Starlin Rodriguez here. As mentioned, the base is loaded. Now one out in the inning. And an 0-1 count. Hannon set on the 0-1. Leg kick, delivery to the plate. That one on the ground. Going to be tough to play. Trappist bobbles it. They won't get anyone. So gets the ground ball. It's going to be tough to turn to with Starlin Rodriguez coming down the line. He runs fast. It was going to be tough to get two, but they won't get any on the play. And after the bobble at short.
Yeah, and that one, tough play to make for Phil Therapis. That's the second ball that he has bobbled in the ball game, and if you're the Majors, now you'll look to get a double play ball, and hopefully a ball that's hit harder. No way they were going to turn 2 on that, and I think Therapis might have been thinking they had a shot, moved a little too quickly, bobbled the ball, and unfortunately, now there's only 1 out still.
So everyone advances up. Moves ahead 90 feet. First pitch across for a strike there, 0-1.
Jordan Costello at the plate. He was the victim of a beautiful diving grab by Mike Ambrose in the first inning, and he singled in his last trip to the plate.
He's got the bases loaded and 1 out here facing Aiden Hannon. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one fouled off. 0-2 now.
Interesting to see what Hannon comes back with on 0-2. Do you go with a fastball against Costello and challenge him, or do you come back with breaking stuff and hope that he chases?
We'll see what they come with here. You know Hannon has that good off-speed pitch. See if he can drop it in there on Costello. Although he's a smart hitter as well. Knows that it's probably coming on 0-2.
More action in that Majors bullpen in left field. Robert Doyle warming up.
He drops in it, but it is up high, 1-2.
That one just missed high, a little bit high to Jordan Costello. Good breaking pitch nonetheless from Aiden Hannon.
Bases loaded, 1 out, and a 1-2 count. Here's the delivery from Hannon. That one hit in the air, right field. Pena turns, gives it a look. It's out of here. Count it. 4 runs will come across on the grand slam. And the Baycats will jump in front to an extended lead here. A huge hit right off the bat there. 9-2.
Absolute bomb from Jordan Costello at the plate off of Aiden Hannon. That's what errors can do to you. They hurt you, as the error on Phil Therapis cost them an out and maybe could have gotten them out of the inning. Likely not, but maybe. And now it's a 9-2 ball game after the grand slam, and the Majors have their work cut out for them.
Left that pitch too much over the zone on a 1-2 count as well. Had some pitches to work with against a dangerous hitter like Jordan Costello, but you left one over the plate, and Costello made you pay for it. Off-speed pitch called a strike. 9-2 the score now, here in the top of the 4th inning.
Always tough to silence this lively Barrie offense.
That off-speed pitch hit, although it's going to be playable for Mike Ambrose in left, right on the line. Second out of the inning on the fly out.
Good to see that Aiden Hannon was able to retire Devin Atkinson on a fly out and foul ground to Mike Ambrose, but you're not out of hot water yet, and I know I've said that already in this inning, but you still have the 5-hitter to deal with in Kyle DeGrace.
First pitch to DeGrace, missing, 1-0.
DeGrace has grounded into a double play and popped out to Steve Froese in 2 prior at-bats in this one.
That off-speed pitch across and called a strike. 1-1. The Baycats here have pushed across 5 runs in the top of the 4th. Here is the 1-1 pitch from Hannon in the dirt. 2-1.
It's about a 58-foot, 57-foot breaking pitch there that Hannon could not get across the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Kyle DeGrace. Nobody on. 2 outs.
That off-speed pitch slips out of his hand a little bit on 2-1. Count will move in the favor of Kyle DeGrace at the dish. 3-1 now. Strike there, so a full count here on Kyle DeGrace, 3-2, 2 outs.
Interesting to see what hand comes with on 3-2. Is he confident enough with the breaking pitch to go with it?
Misses low, so a 2-out walk here. Issued to Kyle DeGrace, which will bring up to the dish Steve Lewis, and 2 outs and a runner on.
Steve Lewis has grounded out to Steve Froese and struck out in 2 prior at-bats in this one. Hannon looking to work his way out of this inning, sorry. This has been 2 consecutive bat-around innings, as Steve Lewis is the 9th man to bat in this 4th inning. He was also the 9th man to bat in the 3rd inning when the Baycats scored 4 runs.
Hannon grabs his sign from the stretch on the mound. Not an overly big lead over there at first base. First pitch across for a strike, 0-1. Lewis batting here with 2 outs. DeGrace on first, off-speed pitch. I'm going to say that one misses on the outer part of the zone. 1-1.
There have been a few pitches on the corners. It looked like they got the corners that have been called balls today. Certainly not going in the Majors' favor as they're down by 7. They want to take anything they can get here.
That one missing low, 2-1. Jonathan Thibodeau behind the plate as well. Thinking that some of these are catching. He's holding them a little bit longer. Not getting the call. It's a 2-1. That one hit, but it's going to get out of play in foul territory towards the grand save. Evens the count at 2-2.
One more strike gets you out of the inning if you are Aiden Hannon out there on the mound. Steve Lewis, not an easy bat to face, however.
Pitch called, strike 3. Hannon works out of the inning on the strikeout there, but the damage has been done here in the top of the 4th inning. A massive grand slam off the bat of Jordan Costello, and the Baycats put 5 across in the top of the 4th. They lead 9-2. We'll come back. Major set to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Welcome back here to Labatt Memorial Park. Cleveland Brownlee will lead things off here for the Majors in the bottom of the 4th. If you thought they had some work to do in the bottom of the third after falling behind 4-0, then they definitely have some work to do in the bottom of the fourth. They are down 9-2 after the grand slam from Jordan Castaldo.
Yeah, a massive shot by Jordan Costello to right field, just destroyed. Now the Majors are down by 7. It's not impossible for them to come back. It's still early on in the ball game. You still have a few innings to do it, but you've got to get going now. You got to get guys on base and score some runs if you want to have any chance at coming back into this one.
As mentioned, it will be Brownlee, Lizardo, Thibodeau here to start things in the bottom of the fourth inning. Brownlee at the dish right now, 0-1 after fouling one off. Here's the next pitch. That one outside, called a strike. Cleve doesn't like the location, but it's 0-2. Salcedo continues to work on the mound here in the bottom of the fourth. Here is the 0-2 pitch to Cleveland Brownlee. That one fouled off. Possibly playable towards the warning track. Unable to make the grab is Parker Walker, as that one drops on the warning track, and a second life at the dish for Cleveland Brownlee.
Great effort there by Parker Walker, running all the way into foul territory onto the warning track to try and make the grab there. Unfortunately for him, he could not. So Cleveland gets a new life out there, but great effort nonetheless.
So it's going to be 0-2 on Cleveland Brownlee once again here. He fought one off, fouled it off. Walker unable to make the grab. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Cleve hits that one on the ground. Shortstop. Going to have to come up with a strong throw across the diamond. It's high. Tag on Cleveland. He's out at 1. It was a strong throw. It came across a little bit high over there at first base, but a great tag laid down on Cleveland by Jordan Castaldo. First out of the inning.
Yeah, and even though Brownlee's not the fastest runner on this Majors squad, the Baycats shortstop, Connor Morrow, knew that he had to get a strong throw over there because Cleveland could have beat that one out. And he made a strong throw, and it was high, but still a good job by the first baseman there, jumping up to get the ball and put the tag down.
So the batter is Brian Lizardo here with one out after the ground out from Brownlee. First pitch outside, ball 1. Couple of other games going on around the IBL. Kitchener, Toronto tied at Christie Pitts, and then Hamilton, the Cardinals enjoying a 6-0 lead over the Brantford Red Sox. A delay in Welland due to the weather conditions. 1-1 the count here on Lizardo.
Lizardo still looking for his first hit as a London Major.
Here's the 1-1. Lizardo fouls that one off. Count will move in the favor of Salcedo on the mound, 1-2. Salcedo from the full windup grabs his sign, leg kick, delivery to the plate. That one's low and in. 2-2. The count evens up for Lizardo.
Salcedo's done a good job working ahead of batters. Now it's an even count, 2-2. Still advantage Salcedo because he does have 2 strikes on Lizardo. Is he confident enough to go with that breaking ball, or will he go with the fastball here? Interesting to see.
Time called at the dish by Lizardo. He wanted to get a extra second there to prepare himself for this 2-2 pitch.
And the 2-2 pitch is a big pitch coming up.
Here's the delivery on 2-2. Checks. He'll peel down to third. Doesn't go around, as that one was in the dirt. Got away from Parker Walker. Full count now on the London Majors first baseman and 5-hole hitter. Set to go on the mound again. Here is the 3-2 delivery Swing and a miss at the plate. Lizardo down on a strikeout, on second out of the inning. And Salcedo's put into cruise control out there on the mound with that big lead. It'll be Jonathan Thibodeau to bat now.
Yeah, when you got a 7-run lead on the mound, you know that you can pitch with some confidence. You know you don't have to be throwing your tip-top stuff because you're up by 7. You have room to work, and Salcedo seems to have settled down a little bit, gotten into a bit of a groove here against these majors.
Thibodeau fouls one off, a rocket towards the Barrie dugout. 0-1. Thibodeau, one guy that would certainly like to get things going here for himself. Get things going for the majors as well. As mentioned, they trail 9-2. Salcedo working on the mound. Here's his 0-1 delivery. That one fouled off. Away from Thibodeau and out of play, 0-2.
Two strikes. Thibodeau's got to protect here. Hopefully just try to get a ball in play.
The 0-2 pitch. He holds up. It's in the dirt, 1-2. Action in the London Majors bullpen. It is the left-hander, Robert Doyle, warming up. Possibly coming into the game as early as next inning.
Yeah, we saw Doyle sit down for a little bit. Now right back up there and throwing.
1-2. Up high. 2-2. Good at bat here for Jonathan Thibodeau. Got 2 strikes on him. He's fouled off a few close pitches. Taken a few as well. 2-2. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Off-speed pitch. He drills it right at the shortstop. Throw across the diamond. Right on line. The third out of the inning. The Majors unable to get anything going here in the bottom of the 4th. We will go to the 5th. The Baycats out in front. 9-2. Welcome back here, top of the 5th inning in London. New pitcher on the mound for the Majors as Robert Doyle will get set to pitch. The lefty face off against Cowan. First pitch on the ground. Shortstop, Trappist, strong throw, cross in time. One pitch, one out for Robert Doyle.
Robert Doyle has been a very, very good lefty arm out of the Majors bullpen this season. He's been very good and gets a ground ball out pretty quickly. Good to see because the prior pitchers were not able to get Jeff Cowan out 2 singles, and now a ground out to shortstop Phil Thrappa. So good to see from Robert Doyle out of the Majors bullpen.
So far for Doyle, in this short 2019 season, he's pitched in 2.2 innings, so 2 2/3, giving up just 1 earned run and 3 hits. So he's done pretty good so far. I'd love to keep that up here and try to shut down this Barrie order. First pitch was a strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss there, 0-2.
Doyle's been very effective this season out of the Majors bullpen. Good to see. Believe he's their only lefty down there, unless you use Izzy Pena out of that bullpen.
That one fouled off at the plate, 0-2. Like you mentioned, Dylan, if you include Izzy Pena, he's another lefty down there. But coming out of the bullpen, he's really the only lefty option you have.
Yeah, you don't have
righties down there.
Yeah, you've got quite a few righties, not very many lefties out there in that Majors bullpen. So Robert Doyle is a very valuable arm.
That one hit in the air. Byron, center field, makes the grab. Quick 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning for Robert Doyle on the mound. And that will bring up Parker Walker, the number 9 hitter-catcher in the ballgame for Barrie.
Walker in 2 plate appearances has a single and has been hit by a pitch. So 1 for 1 on the day. Walker sets up with an open batting stance. That right leg is further out than the left.
First pitch to him, called a strike, 0-1. That's at the bottom of this Barrie order, but as you mentioned, Dylan, on base today already. That one across for a strike as well, 0-2. Doyle's looked good so far, getting ahead of batters. And check out the pace on the mound as well, Dylan. Gets the ball back, and he's set to go again. Once again, here's the 0-2 pitch for Doyle. Outside, doesn't get to call, 1-2.
Saw Mike Ambrose jogging in left field there. Thought that was the end of the inning. Unfortunately, it was not. Doyle is in the groove right now. He's ready to go. Every Saturday he gets the ball back.
Low. 2-2 now. Like you mentioned, Dylan, he gets the ball back, and he's set and ready to go there. They'll have to come at him again here on 1-2. See if they can set down Parker Walker. The 2-2 pitch. That one hit on the ground. Right back to him. Jumping. Throw over to 1. In time. Doyle gets through the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down. And the Majors will have to try to get the bats going here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yes, they most certainly will. Down by 7, 5th inning. Halfway through this one. You've got half the ball game to go. Get it started now if you want to make a comeback.
The Majors know they have to shut down the Baycats the rest of the game here and get the offense going if they want to come away with a win here in front of the hometown fans.
And it is going to be difficult with them being down by 7, but it's still feasible. They got to get on the board now, though.
Updates around the IBL. Kitchener now out in front of Toronto, top of 4th, 2-1. Hamilton still 6-0. And we are being told that it looks like the Welland Jackfish and Guelph Royals will get underway soon from Welland Stadium.
Father's Day in Welland. Good to see that they will get that ball game started at least out there. Over here, 9-2 Baycats over the Majors.
Adrian Salcedo back on the mound, and of course, why not, Dylan? He's thrown well so far, just the 2 runs given up in that bottom of the 3rd inning, and working with a 7-run lead here. He looked like he settled down even more when they put more runs up on the board as well.
Yeah, Salcedo already looked pretty calm out there on the mound for the Baycats, but after they put up those extra runs, he seemed extra calm, extra ready to go, and it's shown here with that 7-run lead in his favor.
So the Majors will have to get things started in the bottom of the 5th inning with Ambrose, Froze, and Thrappis. Dylan, you go back to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and who was it that started that bottom of the 3rd rally?
As a matter of fact, Noah, it was Ambrose, Froze, and Thrappis. So the Majors will look for that same rally here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They scored 2 runs there. It'd be nice if they could score 2, maybe even more here with the same guys coming up.
Obviously not expecting to chip away a whole lot of the runs at once. Just a run or 2 an inning if they can and try to work their way back into this ball game, especially against the good arm of Adrian Salcedo.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be tough with these guys coming up, and Salcedo, a very, very good pitcher out there on the mound. He's calmed down a little bit out there, very comfortable looking on the Labatt Park mound, but these guys started the rally last time. They can do it again.
So Mike Ambrose to the plate here to start things off for the London Majors. We just mentioned, started the rally in the bottom 3rd. We'll look to do the same here.
Ambrose had the first hit for the Majors in this one.
Salcedo set on the mound and set to get things going here in the bottom of 5th. First pitch fouled off by Ambrose. 0-1.
Ambrose wasn't too far behind that one.
Ambrose set and ready to face off Salcedo's 0-1 pitch. Swings right through that one. Moves the count to 0-2. Salcedo set for the 0-2 pitch to Mike Ambrose. Swing and a miss. 3 straight ones, and Ambrose is set down to start the bottom of the 5th inning.
That is the 4th strikeout for Salcedo out there on the mound. The first was Brian Lizardo, followed by Byron Reichstein, Brian Lizardo again, and now Mike Ambrose. Steve Froze steps up. He also singled in that Majors rally back in the 3rd inning. He will look to be the fire starter here. As the Majors need him to do something with the bat. The Majors need a lot of people to do something with the bat here.
First pitch to Froze. Not called a strike. 1-0. Froze over there in that right-handed batter's box. Pair of batting gloves get set to face the 1-0. That one inside, but called a strike to Froze. A little bit of a head shake. He certainly thought that it was inside. Nonetheless, 1-1.
I've seen that quite often with the Majors tonight.
1-1 from Salcedo. That one low. Froze holds his swing. 2-1.
At times the corners have been called. At times they have not been. It's been inconsistent.
2-1 to Froze. That one hit on the ground. Not overly hard. Shortstop coming across hard. Throw across. And a nice one right on the money. 2nd out of the inning.
Good play over there at shortstop. Steve Froze made weak contact there. They got him relatively easily over at first base. 2 outs now. Thrappis at the plate. He had a beautiful sacrifice bunt in the 3rd inning.
Almost beat it out when he had Ambrose and Froze on 1st and 2nd, bunted. Now he's got to try to get things started with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes it for ball 1, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 to Thrappis. Swings right through that one. Evens the count at 1-1.
Thrappis looks to get on. 2nd leadoff man on the 9-hole, this Majors order. Against Salcedo, who has worked very well so far in this one.
Set and ready to come on 1-1. Thrappis hits that one on the ground. 2nd base. Takes a hop. Throw over. In the dirt. Picked and in time. Trappist is thrown out on a ground out, score it 4-3, and the Majors go down quietly here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We will go to the 6th. Barrie out in front, 9-2. Dylan Baker on the call when we return, and the Majors got to keep Barrie where they're at in the top of the 6th.
Welcome back to Majors Baseball on Majors TV. Dylan Baker, Noah Smith here with you on the call. Ryan Spataro steps up to the plate, top of the order for the Baycats, and they will look to continue their potent offensive game here. First pitch from Robert Doyle is in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes.
And Doyle came in and did a fantastic job last inning, shutting the door, and he's going to have to keep doing that here for at least another few innings to try and keep the Majors in this ball game.
He most certainly will. He did a great job in his first inning of relief. The 1-0 off-speed pitch. Spataro was way ahead of it. Count is now 1-1.
Good pitch there by Doyle. One of the things about him is he just throws strikes. He's all around the zone, so you know he's going to be consistent.
Pitch on the ground to second. Arteaga plays it on the big hop. Over to Lizardo at first. 1 away.
Great job there by Doyle to get that ground ball. Carlos will always make that play. And a quick first out here, just like we like to see Doyle get.
Yeah, Doyle got a quick first out in his first inning of relief. Quick first out in his second one. Action now in the Majors bullpen, Noah.
Yeah, we do see some more action down in the bullpen. Looks like Braden Farrington getting loose.
First pitch low and in the dirt. 1-0 now to Starlin Rodriguez. The 1-1 from Doyle in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike now.
And Doyle will fall behind every now and then, but he does a pretty good job at working his way back into the count. 2-1 here.
The 2-1, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Starlin Rodriguez. Huge swing there.
Rodriguez has had a pretty good day for the Baycats as well. Been on base.
Here's the 2-2 from Doyle. That's just going to miss. Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Got to be frustrating out there as well. Thibodeau, I'm not sure if he even knows where the zone is.
Yeah, the zone has been moving quite a bit. That one's in the air. Chasing after it, Lizardo. Pena also coming in. It'll be Izzy Pena who's there. He falls and he makes a great play in foul territory for the second out of the inning.
And that was a little bit of a weird one as well. It was Pena as well as Arteaga and Lizardo, all 3 of them coming out there just to the line down right field, and it ended up being Pena who made the grab. And Doyle doing a great job here, quick 2 outs.
Yeah, for sure. He's been really good in his 2 innings of relief, or 1 2/3 innings of relief so far. That's one that you'll see the 3 players usually go to. Triangle out there, and Pena was the one who made the play as he fixes his pants out there. Doyle makes sure he's all good. Looks into the sign from Jonathan Thibodeau as Jordan Costello, who hit the grand slam in his last at-bat, steps up to the plate.
Absolutely crushed that ball as well. Now a lefty-on-lefty matchup, though.
First pitch from Doyle, low and in the dirt. 1-0. 3 batters in this inning so far. All 3 started off with the ball in the dirt. And Costello, as you mentioned, Noah, crushed that ball in his last at-bat, but it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup now, so interesting to see how he'll fare.
Doyle loves to throw the off-speed a lot more as well.
Pitch is low. Count is 2-0 now to Costello. The off-speed tends to go away from the lefties, which will certainly help Doyle as Costello destroyed a ball to right field, pulled it. The 2-0. That's going to miss inside. 3 balls and no strikes now. From Doyle to Costello.
Not the worst thing in the world as well for Doyle. I mean, you want to go right at guys, but the pitch around Costello.
That's going to be a called strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, you want to pitch around Costello because of his power. Not out of the water, though, with Devin Atkinson coming up next. That's going to miss inside, so it'll be a walk for Jordan Costello, and that will bring up Devin Atkinson.
Like you mentioned, not out of hot water when you walk him there, but especially what he did his last time up at the plate to pitch around and make sure he doesn't get anything great to hit. It was a lefty-on-lefty matchup, but he does hit lefties well as at the plate.
He most certainly does a very good hitter in Jordan Costello. Doyle had to work around him, and he did. Devin Atkinson at the plate. A walk, a fly out, and a double in 3 plate appearances. Doyle looks in, gets the sign. The first pitch to Atkinson is going to be a called strike 1. Costello at first. 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. 9-2 Baycats. The pitch from Doyle in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike now.
And that one bouncing about 3 or 4 feet in front of the plate there. Not the location Doyle wanted. Tried to bring it up a little bit. Not too much, though, to Atkinson.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
On 1-2 here, you got to imagine Doyle will probably go to something off speed. Probably try to keep it low and make sure that Atkinson can't extend his hands too much.
That's the last thing you'd want if you're Robert Doyle. That's in the dirt. As expected. 2 balls, 2 strikes now.
Two, probably same thing, I would imagine, Dylan. I mean, keep it low, keep it off speed.
Let's see if you're right yet again. The 2-2. In the air, foul territory. Lizardo chases after it, heading towards the dugout. Will it get out? And it'll fall on the top step of the Baycats dugout. Lizardo didn't really have a play unless he wanted to dive into the bench of Baycats, and that one will head into the stands.
The thing with that one is it's a catchable ball, Dylan, but if you're Brian Lizardo, you're playing first base for the first time here at Labatt Park. You're really only playing a game at Labatt Park for your second time. And sometimes running over towards that dugout without any railing there can be a little bit intimidating.
Yeah, for sure. And here's the 2-2 from Doyle. Swing and a miss, strike three. A great pitch from Robert Doyle there to retire Devin Atkinson and the side. We've played 5.5 here from Labatt Park. Majors down 9-2. Top of the order due up for the London Majors, and they need some runs because Robert Doyle is keeping them in the ballgame right now.
Yeah, Doyle's doing a great job out there on the mound at keeping them in the ballgame. He's thrown back-to-back shutout innings, and now they got to get some runs. You got to start chipping away here. Sure, it's only the bottom of sixth, Dylan, but you're running out of time fast. Every single out counts, and it's top of the shop to get things started for the Majors.
Indeed it is. The Majors are down by 7. You've only got 4 more at-bats to play with. Carlos Arteaga steps up to the plate, top of the order for the Majors. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss low. 1 ball, no strikes to Arteaga.
Arteaga does have speed, so not a bad person to start things off here.
Not at all. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a called strike 1, getting the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Here's the pitch. Arteaga fouls that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now keep in mind that Carlos did have a hit with 2 strikes earlier on in the ballgame as well.
One ball, 2 strikes to Arteaga. Salcedo on the mound. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. And that hits him. So Arteaga gets a fastball to the shoulder. He's at first base now for Izzy Pena.
Just a fastball that got inside and hit him. Not the pitch you want on 2 strikes. If you're Adrian Salcedo on the mound here, especially bring up a big bat of Pena, who will look to try to get something going here.
Yeah, the big bat of Izzy Pena steps up to the plate. He's got a runner at first base, nobody out. He is one of the Majors' better hitters this season. He will look to keep that going with Arteaga at first. Arteaga, fast runner, wondering if they'll start him. The first pitch from Salcedo, that's going to be a called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike.
Carlos doesn't have an overly aggressive lead over there at first base, about where he normally is. We'll see if he takes an extra step here or not.
Will be interesting to see, and it looks like he just did. Salcedo's 0-1. Pena pops it up, foul territory. That one's going to get into the bleachers and dropped by a fan out there. Almost made a nice grab.
Now, unfortunately for that, though, an 0-2 counts on Pena. We'll see what Salcedo comes with here. Might try to beat Pena with the off-speed pitch.
He might. He's a very good hitter, though, so he will not get cheated at the plate. Salcedo comes set. Here's the 0-2. Izzy fouls that one off just barely. As he almost swung and missed that one. Looks like he hit it off his foot or something. Something's not sitting too well with him right now.
He's taking an extended walk about halfway between home plate and the Majors dugout there. I didn't see it or look like it hit off his foot or anything. It certainly appears that it did, though, the way he's walking around taking his time here.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily look like it hit his foot or hit him anywhere, but maybe it did, or looks like it did because of how long that walk was around the plate.
He'll have to be a good two-strike hitter, though, on a 0-2 count.
No balls, 2 strikes to Izzy. Salcedo comes set. The kick, the pitch, that's going to miss up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
A waste pitch there from Salcedo. Doesn't expect Payne to swing at that, but just sees if he does. Farrington's still warming in the Majors bullpen.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, Izzy fouls it off. As mentioned by Noah, Braden Farrington still warming in that Majors bullpen, throwing a little bit harder now. Looks like he will be coming in, or might be coming in the 7th inning.
Try to keep the workload down of Robert Doyle. He's done a great job, but he's only thrown 2 innings so far this season, to send him even longer. We'll see.
1-2, the pitch. Izzy pops that one foul yet again. That one also into the parking lot. Still 1-2.
A good battle going at the plate for Izzy Pena.
It's been a very good battle by Izzy. Out there. Always does a good job of working the arms that he faces. Here's the 1-2. Takes in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Arteaga still out there at first base. Good block there by the catcher, Parker Walker, making sure that Arteaga cannot move up to second.
Majors fans trying to get behind the hometown team here. See if they can push across a few runs in the bottom 6.
That'd be great for the fans who are still sitting out there, hoping their Majors can score some runs. Here's the pitch. Izzy on the ground. Could be 2. Bobbled over there at second base. Only play is going to be over to first, and they get Izzy, but Arteaga is able to advance to second there.
Going to be a tough turn to get to anyways over there, but as you mentioned, Dylan, just bobbled over at second by Starlin Rodriguez. They'll take the 1, but it puts a runner in scoring position for Byron. He'd love to try and push one across here.
Yeah, Byron would love to score a run for the Majors. They certainly need it, and Byron's a good RBI guy, so we'll see what he can do here.
Update from Welland as well, Dylan. That ball game finally underway. Guelph out 1-0 in the top of the first.
Good to see that they're underway in Welland. Here's the first pitch to Izzy. That's low, or sorry, to Byron. That's low and in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. One to Byron, the pitch. On the ground, could it be up the middle? No, a good play by Rodriguez. Flips it over to first. 2 away now.
So they advance Carlos over to third, but it will be an out for Byron. So it'll be the big man now to try and get things going with 2 outs. Carlos stands at third.
Cleveland Brownlee steps up with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs, however. He's got a great shot to drive home a run. The Majors need it, and it'd be great to do it with 2 outs if you're Cleveland.
One thing to get the fans going on this a little bit chilly Sunday afternoon, of course, is Cleveland Brownlee at bat. We'll see if he can bring home that run for the Majors.
That'd be great. Time called by Cleveland. Not quite ready. As Salcedo looked in for the sign. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Cleveland swings and misses. No balls, 1 strike now.
Cleve just out and ahead of that one as well. We've seen it probably be his biggest problem so far in the season, just getting out ahead of a few pitches.
Yeah, it's been quite a few pitches that he's been out ahead of, and he's trying to figure things out. Here, still early in the season, the pitch is going to be a called strike 2. Cleveland doesn't like it. No balls, 2 strikes. Looked like it was a bit outside.
Not a whole lot of people like that call. Cleveland himself.
Fair bit of chirping there. Here's the 0-2. Cleveland swings and misses, strike 3. 6 full completed Labatt. Majors are down 9-2. To the 7th inning we go. Braden Farrington coming in. Welcome back to Majors Baseball on Majors TV. 7th inning. Top half, Braden Farrington coming in to pitch for the Majors, and some defensive changes for your London Majors here in the top of the 7th.
We get to see some defensive changes as well, as mentioned. Kyle Gormady into play first base, which moves Brian Lizardo over to third. Carlos Urtiega will go to short. Steve Rose in at second base. Outfield will stay the same. And new pitcher on the mound is that guy right there on your screen, number 39, Braden Farrington, who so far this season for the London Majors, his stats, 5 games, 7.1 innings pitched, and 7.36 ERA, but he's pitched well in a few games so far. We'll look to shut down the Baycats here for a few innings.
He will look to do so, and Kyle DeGrace will be the first batter he has to face. That's inside. 1-0. Farrington looks in, comes set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a called strike one on the breaking ball. It's the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Farrington confident in that off-speed pitch, so he'll use it on those 1-0 counts every now and then, work his way back in.
1-1, swing and a miss, another off-speed, another good one from Farrington. 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Gone back-to-back off-speed pitches, so you don't think he'll go to it on 1-2, but don't be surprised if he does and just changes the location.
Here's the 1-2. Liner, foul. And ball was missed there by Matt Balquill in the Majors bullpen. Like you mentioned, Noah, Farrington might go with a different off-speed, different spot perhaps here on 1-2. He did that there. It was fouled off. The 1-2 from Braden. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1 batter, 1 strikeout, 1 out for the Majors in the 7th inning.
A great job there by Farrington. Goes the off-speed a few times, drops them in there for a strike, and then gets the swing and miss there to strike out Kyle DeGrace here for the first out of the 7th inning.
First strikeout of the 7th, as you mentioned, Noah. 4 total for the Majors in this ball game. Steve Lewis steps up to the plate, the left fielder in this one.
Lewis will look to try and get things started with 1 out. Farrington looking to shut down the Baycats here in the top 7.
Here's the pitch. Lewis fouls it off of his foot, and he goes right to the ground. That hurts.
Yeah, he was right to the ground on that one. He's still down. Hasn't moved face down on the ground. Looked like it possibly caught the ankle, but the way it bounced, Dylan, it bounced straight up in the air as well. Could have been right off the foot.
Yeah, maybe off the toe, big toe. There, that one looks like it hurts. He'll take some time, walk around the plate a little bit. Jeff Cowan giving him the bat. Kyle Gormandy, Jonathan Thibodeau go out to talk to Farrington. Executed his pitch quite well. Got a foul ball, hit the toe. Third base coach comes in to check on him.
A little bit of a break in the action. Score updates around the IBL. Bottom of 2 in Welland, Guelph out in front, 1-0. Bottom of 5 in Hamilton. The Red Sox have pushed across a few more runs. That's now a 7-2 Cardinals lead. And in Toronto at Christie Pitts, the Panthers out in front of the Maple Leafs 2-1. Here in London, Dillon 9-2. Barrington on the mound. And an 0-1 count.
Thank you, Noah, for the out-of-town scoreboard update. Jonathan Thibodeau just now getting back to the plate. Farrington getting ready to throw his next pitch. 0-1 is the count on Steve Lewis. Farrington looks in, comes set. Kicks, fires. Lewis swings and misses on another beautiful off-speed pitch from Farrington. No balls and 2 strikes.
And this is where Farrington can be the most effective. It's when you get to see the change of speeds. He comes in here and he just drops in that slow curveball, breaks a whole lot. 0-2.
Yeah, the curveball has been really good for Farrington, the 0-2. In the air, right center field gap. That ball is going to get past Izzy Pena and roll all the way to the wall. Lewis is around first. He'll get into second with ease. No thoughts of going any further as Pena gets it back into Steve Froese. So after a few good off-speed pitches, that one goes into the gap, and there's a runner at second with 1 out.
Just going the other way with that ball. Farrington got up on him, dropped the curveball in there, and then goes with that pitch. And I don't think it was the location that him and Thibodeau wanted. Judging by their reactions after, it looks like the ball just came in a little bit too much.
Yeah, it might have come in a little bit too much and got that one in the gap. Didn't hit it all the way to the wall, but it got past Izzy Pena as Jeff Cowan steps up, swings and misses. No balls, 1 strike.
Good first strike and a good job to get ahead for Farrington as well.
Farrington looks back at Lewis at second. Here's the 0-1. In the air, shallow left center field. Ambrose, Byron makes the catch. 2 away now, here in the top of the 7th inning.
That ball kind of right in between Ambrose and Reichstein out there. It's going to be Reichstein. He's playing center field. More experienced outfielder coming over to make that grab. And 2 outs here in the inning for Farrington. Look to try to strand that runner out there at second base.
Yeah, he will look to do so, and obviously Byron, normally an outfielder. Mike Ambrose, not really an outfielder. He can play some outfield every once in a while, but good on Byron to take charge out there and make the play. So Kyle Gormady will take Phil Thrappe's spot in the order, in case you were wondering. Here's the pitch from Farrington. That's going to be a called strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes here.
And you got to praise Farrington. If there's one thing that he's done fantastic so far in this inning, it's getting ahead of batters here. Now he's just got to make sure that he can try to put away Morrow here.
He will look to do so on this pitch. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 7th inning. Farrington comes set. Here's the pitch. In the air, right center field. Going to be a tough play for Izzy. He's there. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So Farrington allows the 1-out double, but nothing more. We've played 6.5. It's stretch time at Labatt Park. Majors are down 9-2. Seventh inning stretch complete. It was fantastic. Bottom of the 7th now. Adrian Salcedo still out there on the mound for the Barrie Baycats. For the Majors, it will be Lizardo, Thibodeau, and Ambrose.
We get to see Lizardo come up here to try to lead things off here. Started the game playing first base. He has now moved over playing third base as mentioned last inning. So he's going to try to start things off here, get his first hit as a Major.
Yeah, Majors would love to see that here when they're down by 7. They need some runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch from Salcedo. Low, 1-0.
Good eye there by Lizardo. He's been fairly aggressive at the plate, though. Not an awful thing to see, but you'd like to see him be a little bit more patient here, wait for a pitch that he can hit.
Definitely, the 1-0. Misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Lizardo.
Mentioned Dylan, the 5, 6, 7 batters here for the majors to start things in the bottom of the 7th.
Here's the 2-0. Lizardo swings and misses. Took a big cut at that one. 2 balls, 1 strike now.
A good cut there. Just needs to stay back a little bit longer. 2-1 though.
Salcedo from the windup. The 2-1. Takes a high, I'm going to guess. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good to me, Dylan, as well. It's proof that it is going both ways out there right now, as Salcedo doesn't get the call on that pitch.
No, he does not. Seemed close. The 3-1. Takes a called strike 2. Full count now to Lizardo, who has seen quite a few pitches. He's looked at them.
He's looked at a few of those off speeds, too, that have dropped in.
He has. Here's the 3-2. Lizardo on the ground to second base. Over there is Rodriguez on to first. 1 away.
Still searching for his first hit is Lizardo. That one grounded out to second. He's had a few hard contacts a few times every now and then. I'd like to see him try to find some green. Jonathan Thibodeau now for the majors.
That would be great for the majors. And Jonathan Thibodeau steps up to the plate. Quick little update on the out-of-town scoreboard. The Blue Jays are up 4-0 on the Astros. That one in the 5th inning. Yes, you heard me right. The Blue Jays are winning. Here's the pitch to Thibodeau. That is a called strike. No balls and 1 strike now to Jonathan.
And on the other side of the border, Dylan, not a pretty day for the Detroit Tigers. 8-0 is the score. They trail Cleveland.
Not a good one to Comerica. Thibodeau in the air. Right center field. Will it get down? It will. A base hit for Jonathan Thibodeau. Scooped up in right field by Ryan Spataro. And the majors have a base runner with 1 out.
And it's with 1 out in the inning, but a good way to try and start the rally here is now we'll bring up Mike Ambrose, just staying with it, driving it into that right center field gap and getting the ball down. Thibodeau's on with a base hit.
He is indeed. That'll bring up Mike Ambrose in the ball game. 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Interesting to see what Amby will be able to do here with 1 out and a runner at first. Salcedo looks in. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
You mentioned the base hit earlier in the game for Ambrose, a part of that rally inning. I'd love to try to do it again here.
The pitch. Ambrose checks his swing. Doesn't matter. Called strike 1. 1-1.
Like to see Ambrose try to find the outfield grass here. He's been hitting the ball hard so far this season. His average isn't where he wants it to be.
It is not, but you know what? Like you mentioned, Noah, he's been hitting the ball hard. Ambrose pops that one up on the infield. Shortstop Morrow is there. He makes the catch just in front of second base. 2 away, as we now see some action in the Barrie bullpen.
Try to get who that is down there. Salcedo has really been cruising since the majors gave up that 5 spot in the top of the 4th inning. Since then, Salcedo's looked fantastic on the mound. Steve Froese now for the majors.
Yeah, Salcedo's been calm. He's been collected. He's been cool. He's been great so far. After that 5 spot for Barrie. Steve Froese steps up. Here's the pitch. Froese takes inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Still 2 outs. Want to know. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now.
Number 38, Brandon Catena, warming up for the Baycats in the bullpen. It just appeared in 1 game, 2 innings pitched so far this season.
Salcedo shakes off his catcher. Now gets the signing legs, comes set. Here's the 1-1. Froze in the air. That's going to get down. It's a base hit. Majors have runners at first and second. Now they tried to get Thibodeau running to second. They could not, so the Majors have 2 guys on with 2 men out for Kyle Gormandy.
And much like Thibodeau before him, Froze just stays with it, drives it the opposite way. It drops in front right field, right in front of Spataro, and now Kyle Gormandy, his first at bat of the ball game. He'll try to bring home some runs.
Gormandy came in in the spot of Phil Therapis, played at first base in the flurry of defensive changes that we saw last inning.
.259 average on the season for Gormandy.
Coming set is Salcedo. Here's the pitch. Gormandy takes away. 1-0.
We do see some action as well in the Majors bullpen. Matt Bockwell warming up.
Here's the 1-0. Gormandy swings right through it, 1-1.
Gormandy just looked a little bit out in front of that one.
Salcedo looks in. Comes set, the 1-1. Gormandy on the ground. Will it get through? Diving stop over there. At first, they're going to have a play, and a nice play there to get Gormandy. So off the glove of Costello at first, went to Rodriguez, who threw it over to the pitcher, covering, and that will end the inning. 7 complete at Labatt, and Noah Smith on the call when we come back.
Welcome back to Labatt Park here. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Matt Bockwell on the mound now for the Majors, and Dylan, some other changes around as well defensively.
Yes, indeed. So, Jonathan DeForest comes in for either Mike Ambrose or Brian Lizardo and takes over at second base. Steve Froese moves back to third base. In left field, Jacob Mansfield takes over for Mike Ambrose. Interesting to see where they slot in the majors order.
So Matt Bockwell on the mound here for the majors. First pitch low in the dirt, ball one. So now it is Froese third, Arteaga short, DeForest second, Gormandy at first. Outfield remains Pena in right, Reichstein in center, now Mansfield in left.
Here's the
Here's
one. Oh.
that one hit on the ground. Gormandy makes the play, 1 out in the inning.
Good play over there at first base by Kyle Gormandy.
So a quick first out there. Ground out to Gormandy and 1 out on for Bockwell. Pitch up high, ball one. Fourth inning for Bockwell this year. He's coming in to pitch. He's pitched 3 innings so far this season. That one misses 2-0.
Bockwell needs to get back into this count. The Majors cannot afford another base runner or more runs here. Already late in the ball game. Already tough to come back from a 9-2 deficit.
That one hit off the bat. Right center field. Tracking. Won't be able to get it. Picks it up. Strong throw into 2, but it won't be in time. It will be a double with 1 out here and put the runner in scoring position.
So we retired Parker Walker and then allowed a double to Ryan Spataro. And you know what? Byron might have had a shot at him if there was someone at second base. But Arteaga and DeForest both went out for a double cut, and Gormandy's just trailing the runner. He's not supposed to be at second base when the runner's there. So they could not get the out. Runner at second now after the double.
Here's the pitch off speed, outside, 1-0. In Bockwell's last appearance, pitched in Barrie, just 2/3 of an inning. A hit, 2 walks, a strikeout. Here's the pitch, that one. Off the end of the bat. DeForest chasing after it. It's in shallow right. Makes the grab. No tag at 2. 2nd out.
Good play by Jonathan DeForest. A long run for Izzy Pena. A long run for DeForest as well, but he has more speed than Izzy, and he got out there, got onto that pop-up, and made the catch very nicely there. 2 outs now, and no easy task as you have to face Jordan Costello now.
So it will be Jordan Castaldo to bat now for Barrie. As I mentioned, that runner in scoring position at second base. Now 2 outs in the inning, though. Reach second on the double into the right center field gap. Here's the first pitch to Castaldo. That one, center field. Byron, a few steps back. Underneath it. Makes the grab. Castaldo flies out. And the top half of the 8th inning is over. We'll go to the bottom half. Majors running out of outs to put some runs on the board. They trail 9-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Welcome back to Labatt Park. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Carlos Artiaga will lead things off here, and Dylan, new pitcher into the ball game. We finally get to see the bullpen for these Barrie Baycats.
Yeah, Brandon Katina comes in to pitch for the Barrie Baycats, wearing the number 38. He is the reliever for Barrie here, and hopefully a new pitcher means more offense for the Majors.
They're certainly going to need it running out outs here to try and get back into this ball game. They trail 9-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Take a look at Katina's stats. He has a 7 ERA this year and only one appearance, however.
Carlos on the ground, third base, comes up with it, strong throw across, gets Carlos running. First out of the inning.
Good play over there at third base. Knew he had to move quickly because of the speed of Artiaga. Made the play, fired it over to first, and one out now.
They'll bring up to the plate Izzy Pena, playing right field in the ball game today. He'll look to try and kickstart this offense if he can. Majors down to their final 5 outs in the game. Here's the first pitch. That one hit on the ground by Pena. Over to second and right through him. A miscue at second base, and Pena will reach.
So you could tell over there that Starlin Rodriguez was not ready for those hops. He seemed uncomfortable, didn't exactly know what was coming, and then got a weird hop, bounced over his glove. He's going to get charged with an error. So an error on the second baseman, Rodriguez. Izzy Pena is going to be lifted here.
So Izzy Pena will be taken out of the game for a pinch runner. Try to get some more speed in the game. The only problem with this, Dylan, is that if you do mount a little bit of a rally, you now have the strong bat of Izzy Pena out of the game.
Yeah, and that is the downside to the pinch runner move. And Byron's at the plate. You still have power bats in the lineup. Byron's out there. You've got other guys, too, coming up that you can rely on for your power. But you lose the bat of Izzy Pena, which is never a good thing.
First pitch to Byron Reichstein, across and called the strike, 0-1. 1 out here in the inning. Bach into pinch run for Pena on first base. The pitch, that one doesn't get the call. 1-1 now. Katina set on the mound. The 1-1 to Reichstein. That one, they're going to say that he goes around, not even check. 1-2.
Tough to lay off that fastball up, especially if you're Byron, a power guy. You tend to think, well, you know what, I can muscle this ball out of here. No. On the high fastballs, it is very, very tough to do, and Byron just barely went around there. Interesting they didn't go for the appeal, though.
The 1-2. That one outside. Reichstein takes it, 2-2.
Interesting to see what they come with on 2-2. Whether they're confident, whether Katina's confident enough in the breaking ball. There goes fastball.
Bach on first, lead. Check down. Say Byron doesn't go around. He holds up on the pitch in the dirt now. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So full count, 1 out. Do you start Spencer Bach?
He does run fairly well. Not an overly huge lead. They're not even holding him on at first base, though. That one, opposite way, down the line, trailing, foul by about 5 feet maybe. We'll have to redo the 3-2.
Byron almost kept that one fair and had an extra base hit, perhaps. Spencer Bach faked running out there at first base. Faked a steal, and Byron drove one down the left field line.
Dylan, you ask if they were going to send him. They're not holding him on at first base.
Yeah.
So I don't see any reason why Bach can't get another 2 steps out there. Jordan Castaldo's not even on the bag.
Yeah, and that's interesting. I think I saw Phil Therapis over there, who's coaching first base right now, say something about that to Bach a little while ago. Not going to matter, though.
A walk to Reichstein. So it will be runners on first and second, 1 out, and we will see another pinch hitter here as Roop Jannerdat's getting his bench into the game. Evan Britt will come in to bat now.
So Evan Britt gets his first chance to swing it here as a pinch hitter for Cleveland Brownlee. Britt's got 2 guys on, 1 out. Hopefully he can put something into a gap and maybe get both of them home.
Stein, that one low to Evan Britt. Dylan, you keep an eye on Bach over there at second. With Britt the righty batting, it is Stein Rodriguez's bag over there, and he's not holding him either, so there's no reason why he can't get another few steps out there.
Yeah, and Spencer Bach's being quite conservative with that lead out there at second base. He should make it bigger because there's no one, as you mentioned, Owen, no one is holding him on at all. So take a few extra steps. You can. You have room.
1-1 to Britt after that one, a called strike. Set the 1-1 pitch. Britt fouls that one off. It goes back to the screen. 1-2. So a 1-2 count now on Evan Britt. See if they keep the off speed to Britt here. Still no hold over there at second base on Bach. The off speed. Britt right back up the middle. It's a base hit. Brett Wales raves home Spencer Bach. The throw to the plate won't be there in time. An RBI single for Evan Britt. The bench gets into the game and gets it done. Majors tack on a run here in the bottom of the 8th.
Good move there to pinch run by Roop Jannerdat. I don't know if Izzy Pena scores on that ball. Great job by Evan Britt getting a ball on the ground up the middle into center field, scoring a run, and that's going to force Barrie to get another reliever up in their bullpen.
And another one of these substitutions that we see in the game, as it will be Jacob Mansfield in to bat now. Mansfield came in to play left field, and here he is getting at bat in the bottom of the 8th inning.
So Mansfield takes Lizardo's spot, which means that DeForest will take Ambrose's spot.
Mansfield swings, fouls that one straight back to the screen, 0-1. The fans here at Labatt Park getting into it a little bit. So let's go Majors chant. Here's the pitch to Mansfield. Fouls that one back to the screen. Once again, 0-2 now.
Mansfield's got to protect now. Maybe get a ball down the left field line, poke one, perhaps, and get a base hit. Maybe score a run score a run. He's got to protect the plate, though, right now.
Time called at the plate there. Katina was into his delivery. It's an 0-2 count with 1 out. Byron on second. Evan Britt on first. He had an RBI single. Here's the 0-2 to Mansfield. Fouls that one off once more. Into the parking lot here at Labatt.
Mansfield, a solid liner into the parking lot out there. He'll look to hopefully get a ball into fair territory here with 1 out and a runner in scoring position.
Here's the 0-2. Swing. Fouled off, but into the glove. It'll be a strikeout. Mansfield goes down swinging. Had a good at-bat, but it will be a strikeout on the 0-2 off-speed pitch, and now 2 outs in the inning.
So 2 outs. You got Jonathan Thibodeau at the plate. Thibodeau singled his last time up, but grounded out to the shortstop and third baseman in his 2 previous at-bats.
So it will be Jonathan Thibodeau. 2 outs, Britt on first, Reichstein at second base. Brendan Katina trying to work through the 8th inning here for Barrie. That first pitch called a strike on the outer edge, 0-1.
Good pitch there from Katina, dotting the outside corner.
Next pitch, low, 1-1. The 1-1 here from Katina. Inside and up to Thibodeau, 2-1. need a good at bat here from Thibodeau to try to extend this inning. That one fouled straight back into the screen towards us and moves the count to 2-2.
Thibodeau's got a shot here to drive in a run. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hopefully 2 home if he can get one into the outfield. The outfielders are playing deeper. The left fielder is playing deep. Center fielder and right fielder are at normal depth, but if you get a ball into the outfield, it's quite possible the run scores.
2-2 up the middle, base hit. Thibodeau's got another one. Into score is Reichstein. Brett will hold at 2. And the Majors have pushed across a few runs here in the bottom of the 8th. 9-4 now.
Good job there by Jonathan Thibodeau, hitting one right back up the middle and scoring a run. Majors only down by 5 now as Thibodeau just barely got that one past Starlin Rodriguez and into center field. It was hit relatively hard and a little chopper up into center field now. So a run comes in to score, and that'll bring up Jonathan DeForest.
So it will be Jonathan DeForest. Came in for Mike Ambrose's spot in the order. He's got a big at-bat now. Off-speed pitch called a strike, 0-1. DeForest so far this season for the Majors, .213 batting average. Here's the 0-1 to him. That one up high. 1-1.
DeForest will look to find a gap here. He's done it before. Has a few doubles.
The 1-1 up high again now, 2-1. A couple runs here in the bottom of the 8th for the Majors has brought a little bit of life back to this crowd that has been quieted down a little bit. They are back into it now. Here's the pitch. DeForest, center field, gets to 2, no play, waved home, throw in the dirt, tag, no tag, Britt safe. An RBI single for Jonathan DeForest. And don't count the Majors out yet, 9-5. There is life.
Wow, that was an intriguing play over there. So Thibodeau moves up to second. Evan Britt was coming to third, and that ball did not get into center field. Third base coach Brent Wales thought it did. He's having a laugh about it over there at third base. But it did not get into center field. It was cut off nicely by the shortstop. A strong throw to the plate beat Britt by a mile, but I guess that Parker Walker missed the tag at the plate, and Britt was able to come in to score. So the Majors are now only down by 4 runs, and Steve Froese, who is 2 for 3 in the ballgame, steps up to the plate.
I originally thought that ball had made it to the outfield as well. They sent him anyways. Off-speed pitch across for a strike, 0-1 to Froese. The big crowd here on Pack the Park Day hadn't had a whole lot to cheer about, but there is life in the crowd now. 0-1 here to Steve Froese. The pitch. Froese hits one on the ground. Third base. Good play. Going to have to come up with a strong throw across the 1. Safe at 1. Froese beats out an infield single. And the inning is alive.
You know what else is alive? Noah, this crowd. They are really feeling it now. Bases are loaded with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Big at-bat coming up here. Kyle Gormandy at the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Majors are only down by 4. Obviously, Gormandy represents the tying run, but what he should look to do is get a ball into the outfield on the ground, get past this infield, and hopefully score 1, maybe 2 runs.
Exactly, Dylan. All you're looking to do right now is just keep the inning going. The energy, the atmosphere right now, and the momentum really is on the Majors side here. As the Baycats, a little bit of trouble out there in the bottom 4th. Majors have pushed across 3 runs. The bases loaded, 2 outs, and it is Kyle Gormandy. Brendan Katina on the mound here in the 8th. Here's the pitch to Gormandy. Low, ball 1.
Action now in the Barrie bullpen. Looks like Brandon Hillier warming up.
Here is the 1-0 from Katina to Gormandy. Outside Cole, the strike. That pitch hasn't been there all day, and it's called for strike 1.
That pitch hasn't been there all day because it was off the plate. Looks like it was called there.
A 1-1 pitch now to Gormandy. Off speed. That one called a strike. Looked like it came across high. 1-2 is the count.
That last, or 2 pitches ago, it should have been a ball. And that one I agree with the call.
The 1-2 here to Kyle Gormandy. Katina, delivery to the plate. Gormandy, fly, left field, long run to come in, dive, makes the catch. So the inning is over. The Majors will strand 3 runners on bag, but they also push across 3. It is now a 9-5 ball game. The Majors have some life, and we go to the 9th. Barrie out in front, 9-5. Welcome back to Labatt Park on this Sunday afternoon Intercounty Baseball League action. The Majors trail the Barrie Baycats 9-5. Dylan, some energy back in the ballpark for the Majors after they put across 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th, and a new pitcher into the ball game for the Majors as well.
Yes, ton of energy, ton of life put back into this crowd after that 3 spot in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Majors will look to continue that as we head to the top of the 9th, and a new pitcher is Sean Hood Tidman, 7 2/3 innings this season. He's got an elevated ERA, 17.60, but in just 7.2 innings, it's tough to judge.
So the crowd that has got into it now will have to hope the Majors can rally in bottom 9 first. Sean Hood Tidman will have to get through the Barrie lineup here in the top of the 9th inning. It will be Kevin Atkinson to lead things off for Barrie. All their runs in the ball game coming in the 3rd and 4th innings. Since then, zeros across the board. First pitch from Sean Hood Tidman. That one hit in the air, left field. Not deep. Mansfield makes the grab, 1 out.
A defensive change to bring you as well. Spencer Bach stays in the ballgame to play right field for the Majors.
So Bach in right, Reichstein center field, Mansfield left. Infield stays the same as it was last inning. Sean Hood Tidman has his first out. Cal DeGrace the batter now. First pitch outside, called a strike, 0-1.
DeGrace, 4 plate appearances, a double play, a pop out to third, a walk, and a strikeout.
Off speed, breaks, but not in enough. 1-1. 1 out in the inning on the fly out. Here is the 1-1 pitch. That one called a strike. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. That one hit on the ground to Forrest at second. Throw over in the dirt. Picked by Gormandy. 2 outs.
Good play over there by Jonathan DeForest. Kind of lobbed the ball a little bit. Good scoop by Kyle Gormandy over at first base. So 2 outs now. Hood Tippman just has to get 1 out, and Steve Lewis is the guy he's going to have to retire.
It's Steve Lewis to bat with 2 outs here. Baycats holding on to a 4-run lead here in the 9th inning. Pitch outside from Sean Hood Tippman, 1-0.
If you're Sean Hood Tippman, you can't try to get anything extra on that fastball. Just keep doing what you're doing because they got the first 2 guys. All you got to get is 1 more.
Taking his time there on the mound. Grabs his sign. Set to deliver. Here's the leg kick on 1-0. That ball looked right there. Doesn't get the call. Looks as if Thibodeau's upset behind the plate. That would be 2. That one doesn't get the call. 2 out.
Home plate umpire is not loved by the fans today.
The 2-0. That one hit in the air. Left center. Reichstein chasing after it. He's under it. It's a fly out. The inning is over. It's a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 9th for Sean Hood Tippman. And the Majors will go to bat in the bottom of the 9th. Some work to do, Dylan. Some runs to get.
Indeed there are. The Grand Slam has been the difference so far as the Baycats are up by 4, 9-5. Majors put up a 3 spot in the last inning. Let's see if they can put up 4 and tie it here in the 9th.
So the Majors will look to rally in the 9th here. As we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, we'll have a new pitcher. We'll bring you that in just a moment. Top of the 9th inning, Kitchener Panthers out in front 4-2 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Red Sox still trail the Hamilton Cardinals 7-2. And in Welland, the Guelph Royals still out in front 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Good to see all the ball games going on in the IBEL. Hamilton ahead of Brantford, who is looking like they will lose their 12th straight today. Kitchener up on Toronto 4-2, and pitchers duel out in Welland 1-0 right now. Great ball game there. Guelph and Welland have had a few pitchers duels between them so far this year.
Just doing a round of applause here for all the fathers in attendance. Brennan Hillier, the new pitcher into the ball game for the Barrie Baycats. He'll look to come in here, close out the ball game. They're up 4, so technically not a safe situation, Dylan, but it feels like one in this ball game.
It certainly does because of the rally the Majors had last inning. It is not a safe situation, as you mentioned, Noah. But Hillier will look to close this one out, and the fathers just got a round of applause, and while we're at it, Noah, happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Dylan. Yes, birthday as well. Feeling old, Dylan. I don't look it, and I've been told that I shouldn't be complaining about my knees when I'm playing baseball, but I certainly do feel old.
Oh, you shouldn't, Noah. You got plenty of years ahead of you.
That's what my dad keeps telling me as well. He says I shouldn't be a player coach at the age of 22, but here I am. And the finest in the league, I might tell you. Well, let's get to it, Dylan. Top of shop for the London Majors. They got to try and get through Brandon Hillier and score a couple runs here. They're going to need 4 to tie this ball game in the bottom of the 9th.
4 here, and Carlos Artiega led off the rally in the 8th inning for the Majors. He'll look to do the same here.
Pitch to Carlos, low, ball 1. Hillier falls behind 1-0. Ready, set, that one across for a strike now, 1-1.
Majors need Arteaga to get on base here.
One pitch. That one outside but called a strike. 1-2. Crowd trying to get behind the Majors here, get the bats going. 1-2 count to Carlos Arteaga. The pitch low outside. 2-2.
He has a 2-2 count against Arteaga. Does he come back with the breaking ball here? Maybe get Carlos to chase. It's still his advantage here with a 2-2 count.
The 2-2 pitch to Carlos. That one low. Doesn't get the call. 3-2. The Majors, they're up on their bench, cheering their teammates on. The fans doing the same. Bottom of the ninth here, and a full count to the leadoff man, Carlos Arteaga. The 3-2 pitch to Arteaga. That one, oh no, called a strike on the inside corner. Carlos doesn't like it. The home fans don't like it, and I thought that was a little bit inside.
Inside, low, it was a ball. And Carlos didn't get the call he was looking for. He's arguing. Brent Wales is arguing. Rube Chanardad is arguing. The bench is arguing. The fans are arguing. But can't reverse the call. You'll never guess who's coming up to hit.
Miguel Burgos, the import player who has been known as a pitcher. He will get to bat here now. Taking an at bat with one out. Pitch swung on and missed there for Miguel Burgos. 0-1.
Burgos pitched a gem on Friday night against Brantford. And now he's going to look to get a base hit here.
Pitch, Burgos swings, fouls it. It'll get out of play. 0-2 on him. So an 0-2 count. Miguel Burgos, over his minor league career in the J system, no at-bats. Here's his first. That one hit over to first base, but not hard. Pitcher covering, throw made. Burgos is retired. 2 outs.
Well, Burgos tried. He never had an at-bat over his minor league career. He tried with his first career professional at-bat there, and it was a ground out to first base. And here's Byron.
So it'll be Byron Reichstein here to try and start things with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth inning. The Majors trail by 4. A 9-5 lead. First pitch to Byron, across for a strike, 0-1.
Byron's the last chance for the Majors. They need him to get something going here.
That pitch low, 1-1. Majors down to their final out here on this Sunday afternoon. Brandon Hillier trying to work through the Majors in the bottom 9. That ball missing. 2-1 now.
It's a good count for Byron here. Look for your pitch and drive it. 2-1. Hitters count.
2-1 pitch to Byron. That one outside. Called a strike on the other edge. 2-2 now. And just like that, the Majors are down to their final strike this afternoon. Hillier to the plate. That one low in the dirt, blocked up. Moves it to a full count at 3-2.
Byron can't let himself get cheated up there. He needs to look for a strike. He cannot be fooled by anything out of the zone. That is the last thing you want to do if you're the Majors right now.
The 3-2 pitch to Reichstein. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The ball game is over. And the Barrie Baycats come into the Forest City and pick up a 9-5 win on this Father's Day, Pack the Park Day, and Alumni Day here at Labatt Park. They pick up 9 runs on 10 hits and an error, scoring all their runs in the third and fourth inning, 4 in the third, 5 and a grand slam in the fourth inning. For the London Majors, they pick up 2 runs in the third and 3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. 5 runs, 9 hits, and an error, Dylan. The pitching did look good at some points, though. After giving up that 5 spot, the bullpen shut the door the rest of the way.
Yeah, and besides a few big hits, the pitching was somewhat good, and the bullpen was very good after giving up that grand slam. It was the only thing that they allowed, and after that, it was lights out. From that Majors bullpen, Robert Doyle had a great outing. Braden Farrington was good. Matt Balquill was good, and Sean Tidman in the 9th inning was also very good. So good outings from the bullpen after a few rough innings for the Majors.
So the Majors lose this one. The 3-game win streak, as quickly as it came, is now gone, and it is another loss here to the Barrie Baycats. Always a tough team, Dylan, but they have to look forward to the next upcoming games here. The Tuesday night game is a makeup game for a game that was canceled earlier on this season on the road in Hamilton to take on the Cardinals, and then Friday night back home against the Cardinals, a home and home against Hamilton.
Yeah, and a home and home just like what we saw with Brantford this past week. They will do it with Hamilton on Tuesday and Friday. Hamilton this season is doing pretty well, sitting in the middle of the IBL standings, and the Majors will look to get back in the win column against Hamilton. They have a few games against them this week, as you mentioned, Noah, and these are must-win games. They would love to get back in the win column and hopefully continue their climb upwards in the standings with a win against the Cardinals.
So the Majors drop this one. Unfortunate 9-5 loss to Barrie here. As mentioned, the final line score, 9-5. Next Majors action Tuesday night. It's the 7:30 start at Bernie Arbor Memorial Stadium in Hamilton as the Majors makeup game against the Cardinals. Friday, June the 21st, Majors against Cardinals, the second game in the home and home, and then it's a Saturday afternoon in Guelph before a Sunday here at the park against the Welland Jackfish. Dylan, the Majors looking to try and put another streak together after this tough loss.
Yeah, and they'd love to do so with a 4-game week ahead on Tuesday in Hamilton, and then a game at home, a game on the road, and a game right back at home this weekend. So it's important for them that they take 2 out of 4 at least here in this upcoming stretch of games.
So the Majors lose a tough one today, 9-5 the final score. From Noah Smith, Dylan Baker, we thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time here on Majors TV. Baycats win this one, 9-5.